Bob, I realized this. I forget everything that happens in trailers like 10 minutes after seeing them. Like I'll see the trailer, I'm like, oh wow, that looks cool, and then just completely forget.
I think
I
the
got
only
a
the
bad
only
memory.
reason it's like sticking with me is because it's giving off strong Torgal vibes, but we'll get into that
Okay,
with the
we'll talk
developer
about it. Yeah,
direct.
yeah. I'm also joined by my other Xbox expert, Moon. How you doing, man?
It's like he took my bid, and now I don't have a bid. God damn it! I want.
Bob, you guys got to discuss your bits before the
Yeah,
podcast,
that's my
okay?
bad. Listen, Moon, if you want to steal a prediction later, I totally understand. That's fair game.
Nah, I was like, no. At least you have predictions. I'm just winging it here. I am just shooting
Oh
from the hip.
God,
I knew it. I knew it.
he's free
Well,
balling, folks. Watch out.
I was like, I'm
we'll see
recording
what
live from the
happens.
gym, so
Oh yeah, just doing some free weights while you're doing this. Well, if you guys want to find us, we're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever your favorite podcasts are found. We're going to be doing predictions for the next couple weeks. Last week was PlayStation predictions. This week is Xbox. Next week is Nintendo. And then finally, we're going to end with third party the week after. Very exciting times. And also, I mean, if you guys like that type of content, like us, review us on Apple Podcasts, especially helps a ton. And follow us on Twitter and Blue Sky at a slice of gaming, all one word. Anyways, let's just get right into it. There has been other news stories, but it was actually a decently short news week until Ubisoft shot the bed, and of course the Xbox Dev Direct. So otherwise, it was like a pretty like barren news week, surprisingly. But let's first and foremost talk about this Xbox Developer Direct. This happened from when we're recording yesterday, around 10 a.m. PT. Uh, I watched it, Bob watched it, Moon watched it, and we all come out of it. I assume we're all pretty positive. I think you guys are more positive than me, but even then, I'm like, oh, this is a pretty decent showcase, all things considered. A lot of games I'm more excited for, uh, and yeah, I'm interested to hear y'all's like overall thoughts. Let's start with you, Bob.
Yeah, high level thoughts. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm still, I guess, a little bit bummed. It was only 3 games plus a secret game. So it being 4 games, I would have. I think they've pretty much stuck with 5.
Yeah, it's usually five.
Yeah.
I mean, I think last year was six technically with Ninja Gaiden 2 Black and 4.
Yeah, fair. So I think from that standpoint, I was a little bummed and plus 2 of them were Playground, right? So you could arguably
Yeah.
say we only saw like 3 studios. So
Mhm.
that was a little bit of a bummer, but I always love being able to, go in like literally go inside these studios and see what these guys are working on, like meet members of the team, seeing how it's coming together, and then obviously seeing gameplay. I thought everything showed pretty well, even if I don't necessarily am jazzed about everything.
Mhm.
Which I think is going to be a very common opinion if I had to guess. But yeah, overall, I thought it was a really good showing, and I just think this is the most consistent like video showcase thing any company does, which is crazy because like 5 years ago, Xbox was easily the worst and just had a billion different formats and couldn't get together. And now it's like, okay,
ID at Xbox Showcase.
right, that could be like 30 minutes or 4 hours depending on the year.
Mhm.
And it was like, okay, now we have this and we have the summer showcase, and that's it. And it's been pretty consistent. If I had to give like a letter grading, I would probably say like B plus. I was pretty happy with
Fair
it.
enough.
But yeah.
Hell yeah, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Moon, what about you? How are you feeling? Top level thoughts.
yeah, I'm probably in the B plus area because it was the deep dive into, not even really a deep dive, but it showed off Forza what it needed to do because that's technically around the corner with it being May. It showed off a lot more of, goddamn, a beast of what we needed to see. And then it gave like a hint of Fable. It didn't really dive too much, but it basically gave like, here's your introduction to it, which I assume is because it's going to be the big show off game for the Xbox Showcase in June. And then the, of course, the secret game being Kiln, it had that got like the big highlight because it had to be its big. Well, here's the surprise game, and now we got to go like we got to sell it to you because I saw that the demo signups also went up, so it's probably also right around the corner, and they said spring, so it's probably out in like March or April. So I understand why
Yeah,
that got
pretty soon.
that got the biggest chunk of it, because they have to really sell you on this thing. But I'm glad of what we saw, and I'm actually slightly interested in Forza now, so that's a brand new thing for me. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, B plus.
Yeah, you guys are on the same boat. That's what I thought. For myself, I'm pretty positive on it. I think what I saw from Forza was like, yep, I'm happy for the Forza fans. It clearly looks really, really good. I can't say that I'm personally like hyped to try it out myself, but I know it's gonna be a 90 plus game. So hell yeah, shout outs to that. Beast of Reincarnation really impressed me. It's actually probably my favorite game from the showcase, but a lot of that is because I like Soul Slop, so don't take my opinion too seriously there. And then Fable, that's the one where I'm like a little disappointed. I wanted to see a bit more of a deep dive, and maybe you're right, Moon, that it's going to be maybe the Dev Direct showcase, or not Dev Direct, the Xbox showcase, like big 1 hour game reveal type thing, or they'll just save some more there. But I just always wish, like with Fable, it's like I want to see like real uncut gameplay for like a good amount of time. I just feel like I always get it cut or they show it off in the background. And also, I feels like there was some weird FPS issues, and I hope those get resolved because I'm like, I don't want frame rate issues for a game this big. Either way, though, it did still impress in a lot of ways. I'm very excited for a big choice and consequence RPG, no matter what. So I'm very curious about that game. And Kiln looks very interesting. I'm glad Double Fine's able to do cool new things like that. And I gotta come out of it. I'm like, yeah, this was a pretty solid showcase. I don't think it's a dev direct that I'm like gonna come out like, oh, this is like one of the best, but I do think overall I was very satisfied with what I saw for each of the games. So I'm probably around like B minus, around that range. I was very satisfied.
Hey, even with the
But
Forza stuff, like I'm not gonna become like the car guy or anything, but like I might even just do the campaign. That's about it, if anything.
mm,
But I'm not gonna
I mean,
I'm not gonna get into like the club stuff where I'm like building those bases or whatever we were doing in that latter half of that presentation.
but I mean, let's get into it. Actually, we're gonna talk about the games individually. Let's start with Forza, the same way they started in the showcase. I mean, me and Moon will go first because I feel like there's a certain
Why?
Forza bro that has a lot to say. I don't know. I just feel like you have a lot to say.
No, you're good.
um,
That was sarcasm.
yeah, I get it. But yeah, I thought again objectively it looks extremely beautiful, very interesting. I love they're going to Japan. This is just a thing. Listen, I'm not even going to mention the get out of the car. That's like a bit, okay? I'm not mentioning that. I I wish there was destruction. Maybe it's just me being kind of a little baby who likes seeing things explode, but like I kind of want to drive through a mall. I want to destroy like a city. I don't know. I just like I want to get like some crazy destruction. I get that's not what the Forza Bros are there for, so it's totally fine. It's just that's like, oh, if you want to get me into Forza, which you don't. Clearly, it's doing very well without me, so that's kind of my thing. But every time I see Forza, I'm like, man, I want a Burnout game. Like that would kick some ass if we got a new Burnout. But I don't want Forza to turn into something it's not.
Yeah,
So
because
clearly,
at that point it's burnout, and that's the thing.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
like if it was burn, and I guess that's kind of the thing. If the burnout formula was still popular, it would still be around.
No, well, you want to know why it stopped happening, Moon, is because car companies were like, we don't want you destroying our cars. That's literally the reason we don't have Burnout anymore. Is this like we don't want to see Honda was like, stop destroying our Civics, bro. Come on. So that always annoyed me. I was like, come on, guys, let the cars get destroyed. But yeah, otherwise, I thought Forza looked really good. And you said Moon for yourself. It's like you're interested.
Yeah, it looked more interesting. Granted, my memory of Forza 5, of what I remember of that being shown off, it just maybe it's because I wasn't paying attention because I'm not a Forza person, but I am noticing more interesting stuff in this kind of showcase though. Where I'm like, the city stood out to most. Like I don't remember anything like that in Forza 5. Like here's us driving through like a city in Mexico. Like I don't remember anything like that. And here we are driving through the actual streets of a Japan city, and that looked more interesting than like now. Don't get me wrong, all the like beautiful scenery of Japan would looked really nice to drive through, but to have that variety is really welcome.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. It's one of those things where it's just I think urban environments are just more interesting than like a flat desert.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what's it called? Okay. I had something go like on my screen for a second. I don't know what the hell that was. Bob, It's all on you, man. This is your
That
thing.
was
This is
me
your
hacking
franchise.
in.
Yeah, I
My
don't know,
time to
but
shine.
you're like, all right, that's enough of you bums. I got to take over.
No, you're good. I will point out to talk about the card destruction. While I think you guys are right to an extent, um, I think the other thing too is really, even though Forza is more, or Horizon, I should say, is more of an arcade style game than a sim style game. The reality is, if you try to drive through a mall, you would come like in a more sim style game, you would come to a halt. You wouldn't be able to maintain your
Oh yeah,
speed,
of
and then
course.
your bumper would be so busted you couldn't move. So I think
Yeah,
it's like, like
it's
in
not cruise and
5,
blast.
right? It's like um, it, they don't really give you that option because they're trying to still if there's like a spectrum of like full arcade and full sim, they do still kind of lean on the sim side a little bit more.
Totally.
um but still, I mean, I get it. Like, it would be fun to like go through, like whatever the Camarocho would be, and just
Yeah.
like absolutely, I mean, granted, that'd be more people than buildings, but either way,
Hey
um
man, you know what? Let's rate it M for mature. Fuck it.
yeah. um but yeah, no, I really liked what they showed. I mean, begrudgingly listening last week to you guys talking about it and talking about like uh
Listen, I
no, I
I I
listened.
had to combine with the powers of them. Okay.
Yeah, I get it, but it was just like, they don't need to revitalize the formula because I think the maps are the formula.
Yeah.
And everyone wanted Japan. Even before 5, people wanted Japan more than they want. Like, Mexico wasn't on anyone's radar, and Mexico was cool. But like, to Moon's point, they didn't really try and make like a Mexico City or like a huge urban area. It was a bunch of different towns, and then if anything, the festival was more of like the big, um, you know, urban area, which doesn't really equate to the same thing. So the fact that we are getting like a true like Tokyo or Tokyo equivalent, I think is a lot more interesting because they haven't really done that since Edinburgh and 4. And even though like I don't know. I didn't. Four's landscape wasn't my favorite. I still appreciated like that part of the city, and I think they're just adding more of that variety again. Because the other thing, and Moon kind of touched on this, like the mountain passes, like having those tight hairpin turns going up and down a mountain, like that's something we didn't. Yeah, we had a volcano in 5, but that wasn't the same thing. And I just think Japan genuinely gives, and you even saw too with the highways, like they kind of started to show off the highway system and like the huge like circular on and off ramps that you can drift up and down, and a little bit more of just again variety, because I do think 5 was a little bit too tame, and they picked it up a little bit in the DLCs, especially the Hot Wheels one, which they've gone on record and saying that was a foundational level to get them to get to Japan because the Hot Wheels tracks and all the elevation and stuff.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the game looks great. I do also appreciate that they are moving a little bit away. Like, they still have the festival system, but like it is more of like a rags to riches, which weirdly they haven't done in a couple of games. And so you're kind of like a nobody again, and you have to work your way up. And that just makes it more believable rather than like 5. It was like you already kind of like were the head of
Yeah,
the
it's 12.
festival, like you just kind of like determined where to expand it. It's like, no, I mean, put me back, give me a chip on my shoulder again, prove myself, all that stuff.
It's
So
like I want to try to believe this rags to riches story, but yeah, we already have this multi-million-dollar racing car.
well, you don't usually start with that. Like, it was weird because the way they presented it, they're like, yeah, you're gonna go through all these stages, and which one of them included hypercars, and it's like, I really hope we have to rent those because yeah, I don't like the fact that you can buy super nice or super strong cars early. And actually, I completely forgot this was a complaint of mine of Forza Horizon 5, but if you buy the special edition, you get so many of those like wheel spins, which get like it gives you cars, it gives you money, which is great. However, with the special edition, you got so many. Like I was getting like hypercars in the beginning of the game, and like granted, the competition moves up with you. So if you enter a hypercar race, they're putting you against hypercars. But it's like, I don't know, guys, like give me a little bit more friction here. Like make me earn it a little bit more. But I'm getting way into the weeds. Point is,
Hey, man, that's what we called you for.
it looks great. I like the changes they're making, and also I am curious about this like base building element. Um, I think it's I do not expect to be able to like actually navigate the interiors of this structure, because you've never been able to walk around your house in like your safe houses in the previous games. Maybe they changed that, but I would not hold your breath for that. But I do think it's interesting if it adds gameplay elements because, like, honestly, who doesn't love a base builder? They pretty much put it in every game now. So, um, I think it'll be interesting, and yeah, I mean, I was already sold. I'm even more sold. All the new cars look sick. I can't wait to play this on my PC. I'm so glad I upgraded my
Oh
CPU so I
yeah,
can play it at higher frame rate. Like the lights
that looks crazy.
bouncing, like being at night in Tokyo with all of the neon lights like bouncing off the car. Like I just cannot wait for that. So
No, the way you popped off when they
Element.
showed the cover car.
yeah, dude, like the was it the I think it's the Toyota Gazoo
Ooh,
Racing
Toyota.
GT. So sick, such a sick car.
Do you drive like? Can you drive like normal dad cars, like a Toyota Camry, a Honda Civic,
Yeah,
something like that?
the other cover car is like just a generic Toyota Land Cruiser, which is,
Oh,
just like
cool.
one of their normal SUVs. But like, I know I make a point specifically, Wolf, to try and find my car in game. So like, I think in 5, I was able to find like a Subaru. I don't think it was a Forester. It might have been the shoot, what's the other like generic Subaru? But like, yeah, they have plenty of like the generic models. Like I had a
Nice.
like a just a basic ass Cadillac sedan that I found in an older game. So yeah, you can absolutely, and honestly, those are kind of the funnest cars because a lot of those, I would say pedestrian or like average commuter cars, they will usually have a lot of fun with those and add like tricked out like body part like adjustments where you get like these crazy wings on like a Toyota Corolla or just like an engine block that sticks out over the hood, and it's like, okay, clearly I'm never going to do that in real life, but it's really funny that I can do it in this game.
I respect it, man. Shout out to Forza Horizon 6. I gotta ask, do you guys think this comes to PlayStation this year?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
by like
That's what I think.
by
Like
the
a
holiday
November
season.
release.
It was
Yeah.
I'm a little mad they stole my thunder because one of my predictions was going to be they will announce the PlayStation 5 version of this game and it will come out by the end of the year. That was going to be one of my
Yeah.
predictions.
But then it wasn't here. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have thought they. I think it's not that surprising though. They wait until after the game's out and it's like, hey, also you can buy it on PlayStation. And I assume it's not going to be a crazy wait. Probably like 6 months.
Based on how, and like, listen, I'll admit when I'm wrong, and clearly
Eh,
based
I'm
on
waiting.
everything else, we're wrong. But I do think it's a thing of they did not. Um, I'm sure day one was probably the plan, and they just couldn't get it in time for PS5. But
Hmm.
because this game has had like Fable's been around for forever, so they've had plenty of time to like work that into having a PlayStation version. But I do
Yeah.
think we're at the point where it's like, yeah, this stuff's going to be day one, or unless they just didn't have the time or the foresight to develop a version for it.
This game's probably
Totally.
been in development longer than those plans have, so
Exactly. Yeah. It was probably already pretty close to release already.
Right.
All right. So about our next game, Beast of Reincarnation. This is coming from Bob's favorite game company, Game Freak. There's a lot of interesting details that came out afterwards. I found the most interesting thing where it's like most of the development was actually outsourced for this game. So like a lot of like the internal data for this game a lot. Game Freak did a lot of like the major planning stuff and whatnot, but like they were not like the main developers on this in a big way. There was a lot of other studios that worked on this game. Um, but yeah, we saw this last year at the Xbox Showcase. It is a Souls-like from Game Freak, which that is an insane sentence alone. And effectively, it's like a post-apocalyptic Japan. You got a little wolf companion hanging out with you, and you go do stuff in there. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention to the story, to be honest. I'm like, oh, Perry slop. I'm. This is my favorite thing at the show, just because I'm easy. As you show me a parry, I'm gonna be into it. But in general, I was way more impressed with this showing than I was with the last showing. It seemed to have run a lot smoother. Really cool gameplay things that they showed off as well. I'm digging this game a lot. I'm gonna be curious when it does come out, like what exactly it is. I'm fully expecting this to be like a 7 out of 10, like maybe an 8 out of 10 if we're lucky. Souls like type experience, but I eat those up. I eat those up like cafeteria food. So like I'm totally in on that. But yeah, I'm very interested in it.
Yeah, I guess I'll start with my apology to Game Freak. Even though, yeah, as Wolf
You don't
mentioned,
need to apologize too much.
yeah, it kind of sounds like, honestly, it sounds like the initiative, like of all things, where it's like, yeah, okay, Game Freak was in charge, but kind of like, exported a lot of the dev work out to other
Yeah.
teams. And I'm really curious to see who those teams are. I'm sure we won't find out
I
until the
assume like one
credits.
of them is creatures. I could search if we found something out.
Yeah. I mean, it'll come out, and like Game Freak is like headquarters in the Nintendo like building, right? Like they're on
Yeah.
the first floor or something. So it's like, I mean, it could be a Nintendo team for all we know. But yeah, and also Wolf, I think you might want to read the Xbox Wire article that did a more deep dive into the game in general, because I thought it was interesting. They are very adamant on calling it an action RPG instead of a Souls-like, and I don't think it's because they want to
Yeah,
invoke the name
yeah.
Souls-like, but they also said, like, so for example, the dog has a command-based system, kind of like Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth, and the way you activate it is by parrying the attacks. Now, I think there might be like a
Ah.
slow timer that kind of develops on its own, but the fact that like the parries is what lets you use your companion is kind of a cool thing. So it's like they're doing some interesting things here that I think maybe that it is a little bit more of like an action based than Souls
Oh
based,
yeah,
but
yeah.
either
It sounds more like a Phantom Blade Zero, if anything, where it's like heavily
yeah,
inspired by Souls, but not
right,
specifically Souls. Like, oh, there's a stamina system, the
right.
like kind of checkpoints, all that.
Right. But either way, I do have to apologize for Game Freak because I am definitely under the impression that this is their way of saying, hey guys, we are capable at developing video games. We just have no time to ever do them. And here's what happens when we
Yep.
have time and a budget and the ability to use voice acting and all of these other things that we're not restricted by. And I am, and maybe, that I don't know how true that actually is, but it's hard not to see the evidence based on what they're giving us here, because I was really impressed. I was expecting this thing to not have the greatest visual fidelity, not have the greatest frame rate, even though I think half of it, like I swear, half of the clips were 30 and half of them were 60. So I don't know where we
Yeah, it
stand
looked
on
like it was
that.
shifting every now and then. It's still in development, but yeah, I'm
Yeah,
curious
right,
about that.
for sure. But like the combat looked good, the story and the environments looked really interesting. Like genuinely, this was my biggest surprise. I mean, granted there were only 4 games, but I was really expecting to be underwhelmed by this and having to throw like a pity bone at Game Freak to be like, oh, okay, it's like Little Big Town or whatever, or some of their other games where it's
Little
like,
Town Hero. Come on,
yeah,
man.
that one. I got 2 of the words right. Um, but like, I thought it was just going to be like a pity, like, hey, we're doing something else, but this is clearly super inspired and super passionate. So I was very, very impressed by this.
Yeah, Central Leaks pointed out this had a 6-year development cycle too. So probably like fucking 80 times more years put into this than
Right.
any Pokemon game.
Right.
Where they're like, okay, you got 6 months. So
Yeah. Here's what the
hopefully that
cards
helps
look like.
everyone.
Chop chop.
Yeah, for sure. Moon, what about you? How you feeling?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It's like so now we get the prime example of here's what Game Freak can actually do as a studio when they're not under some kind of like time pressure.
Yeah, like because they got to deal with we got to release alongside the anime and the cards, and it's like just take a 3-year break, man. Like, come on.
Which is what we should have
But
been
yeah,
hoping
anyways.
for Pokemon, because now they're not tied to the anime, because now the anime is doing its own thing. So hopefully that should change something. We don't know yet. I mean, ZA, like I said, ZA is a good step in the right direction. But anyway, back to Beast.
For sure.
But yeah, I agree that there is still some of that little bit of Game Freak jank in there, because the models, at least in the lip flapping, I noticed didn't look great. Some of the models didn't look exactly the best. So hopefully that gets a little bit cleaned up. And I'm going to
jank.
There's some jank to it, but hey, it's their first non-Pokemon game and of this level, so I can forgive it a little bit. And
Little Town Hero Racer, man. how do we deal with this Little Town Hero Racer, Bob?
I don't know.
Don't worry, society already erased it.
Yeah, we should probably never think about Little Town Hero. That game sucked. But sorry, continue, please.
And yeah, I was interested, especially because it's Game Pass, so I'm at least willing to give it a try. And but as the presentation went on, like, it started pretty generic for me. I'm like, okay, yeah, your typical action Souls-like wannabe. And then it got into like the skill trees and the different abilities, and I'm like, oh, okay, now you're more your typical action game. I'm like, okay, now I'm really interested in it. So it was interesting for me to be like, okay, I'll give it a shot too. Actually, no, now if this trailer would have been out like last month, it probably would have been in my top 12 most anticipated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
Also, like, shout out like the abilities, like her hair is vines, and like that is like part of the gameplay elements, and then it's also part of the story. Granted, complete ripoff of Avatar, but which was so super funny. But like clearly like doing things that are just different, and I love to see that out of them.
Mm-hmm. And
very creative.
So, and what was the other thing I was going to say? I want to talk about why I think it's so interesting that it's on Game Pass. So Game Pass is usually for like games that are for indies and AA games. Game Freak clearly doesn't need the Xbox bag for their game. What this tells to me is they went for Game Pass because they said, we want this game in as many people's hands as possible to say, hey, this is what we can do when we're not tied to Pokemon. So, and I think that it kind of ties into what the other statements you were saying, Bob. It's like, this is GameStop trying to put a statement out there as a studio.
Yeah, so that's interesting because Private Division was originally publishing this game, right?
That
was
because that was the original story.
It would. Yeah, the new publisher. God, I had it up just a second ago. It was like Factors.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it here. It's Private Division, and now it's known as Fictions.
Okay, because I do wonder if the Private Division Fallout had something to do with it coming to Game Pass. I don't know. I mean, honestly, any of these theories sound completely, just as valid. But yeah, it is interesting that a Game Freak game day one specifically, right? Like if it came like a year or 6 months later, like I'd get that. But yeah, day one is definitely an great snag for Game Pass.
Also, no Switch 2.
Yeah.
Oh, I laughed so hard when I saw that.
I have to imagine. I was about to say, I have to imagine they didn't get dev kits. Yes, they did.
Yeah, right.
they
literally, like
game just on Switch 2. I don't know what.
They're
happened.
literally in the basement.
Yeah.
That is so weird. It's not on last gen, right?
No, it's on PlayStation 5, Windows, and X and S.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I assume they can get a Switch 2 version. It's just they didn't do it yet.
Yeah.
Who knows? We'll see.
The funny thing too, like, if you think about it in a weird way, when people are like, I want an adult Pokemon game. I know this is not a Pokemon game, clearly. But it's like, could you imagine a world where instead of them making this, they were given the freedom to make like a mature adult, like Pokemon game that looked like this. Like, it is crazy. That's like maybe they actually could do it. It's just,
They
they're
could.
so locked down.
This is maybe an unpopular opinion. I don't really want an adult Pokemon game. I don't see like the qualities that could be perceived with an adult. Oh, now they can curse. Like, okay.
Right.
I don't know.
No, I
It doesn't really
100%
work for me.
agree. I think it's funny that that's a complaint from a lot of people for a long
Yeah, I get it.
time, and then it's like they're kind of what they're doing, because like little Town Hero was a more I don't want to say childlike, but it definitely wasn't like
Childish.
going after mature or older audiences. None of their former games that they made on their own were really going after like older audiences. And this is the first time they're like, yeah, no, this is clearly for kind of that more mature audience. So it is just all of this is just so fascinating.
Well, it's not even,
and I hope
it's not even like going after mature audiences, because there's nothing like that says like
It's not
T or
teen
M about it.
rated,
It's just that
Right.
it's just a realistic, not even realistic. There's a definite style to it. It's more anime looking,
Stylistic realism.
stylistic realism. There you go. But it's not like it's
Yeah,
provocative like a Stellar Blade. Like the girl isn't overly sexualized in any kind of way.
Yeah, but I guess it's just more like a serious story,
It's-
right?
yeah,
And
serious
you don't
story.
have
It's
cute
apocalyptic.
companions with
2,000 years
you.
post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, and the companion
Right.
isn't overly cute or anything.
Right.
Mhm.
So.
Yeah.
This is the most Little Town Hero has ever been mentioned on a podcast like in years. I promise you. It's crazy how often we mention that really shitty game.
Game Freak, send the bag. Thank you.
I do want to shout out also, man, Bob, we were talking about this. It's going to be so funny to see the comparisons between this and Pokemon Gen 10 next month.
Yeah.
Like, there's going to be so many, like, look at what Game Freak could do without a
Right.
schedule and, like, the back and forth images. Oh, man, it's going to be funny.
Because
I can't wait.
before it was like, look what this modder did on his free time that Game Freak can't even come close to, and now the comparisons are, look what Game Freak can do that a Game Freak under Pokemon can't. Like, it's so funny how the goalposts are moving.
But everyone's gonna pull up that. Well, this is Game Freak outsourcing everything. This is like,
Sure,
Yeah.
right, and that's true too. God, yeah.
Let me tell you, the discourse around the Pokemon franchise has reached a point where it's like, I'm just not going to engage. I'm done.
Yeah.
same.
Yep.
It's like Bob, you always say like, oh, you defend it. It's like, I'm not defending anything in like Legends EA or like a lot of like aspects of the franchise. I have the same complaints as everyone else. It's just everyone else is very annoying about it. So I'm like, I don't know. I'll play the games, whatever. I'm a freak
Yeah.
for this shit.
And that's kind of where I've tried to tone it down too, where it's like,
Oh, yeah, no,
I'm annoyed. No, you're right. But even I'm like kind of burnt out from just yelling into the void about it. It's like,
Exactly.
I'm gonna voice
This
my
is what the
criticisms.
franchise is, whatever.
Right, I'm gonna voice my criticisms, and then like I'll throw my hissy fit, and then I'll just move on.
we'll throw our hissy fit, and then $70 later, we buy the next one.
Right.
And then
I'm
briefly,
interested in Gen 10. I think that could be something really cool.
I do think they're gonna try a lot of different things with Gen 10. At least from what we've seen from the leaks, they're
Yeah.
definitely trying.
Yep,
And then
for sure.
briefly touching on the voice acting thing. I mean, clearly if they're showing it at this point and it's coming out this summer, and they're showing it at a Microsoft thing, it's clearly this is not getting an English version. It's only going to have the one language. So that kind of leads me to believe another reason. The biggest thing that I always hear for on the voice acting side of why Pokemon never does voice acting is because they don't want to spend the money, because Pokemon likes to operate that they have no money, even though they have the most money in the world.
So funny.
So they don't want to pay because they don't want to have voice acting for every language that they want to put the game out in. So the fact that so we kind of see like the next step of that's like, okay, well, we're going to put Beast of Reincarnation out, but we're only going to put it out in Japanese and that's it. So it's like, okay, well, that's
that's the big thing with voice acting. It's like, oh, well, we need English voice acting and Japanese voice acting and Brazilian voice, because it's like a worldwide franchise. To that point, you guys have money.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, like it's just not a like real complaint. Like, oh, well, we
But
have to
as-
translate it in so many different languages.
But as
It's
we've
like,
seen,
yeah,
Pokemon, they love to act like they are like the smallest indie company.
guys, we only have $40 billion.
The studio had trees in it.
Dude, that studio looks
Like-
nice. I gotta shout it out,
It
dude.
looks so good.
I wouldn't make Pokemon games if that was my studio. I'd be chilling. Like, I'm
Yeah,
not working.
They have the money.
Yeah. Shout out to Beast of Reincarnation. We've been going long on a lot of these games, so let's not talk too long about Kiln.
Yeah, right.
No, I don't want to disrespect. I like that Double Fine is able to do cool, weird things. I just kind of worry. This is my thing where it's like, I'm glad you guys are doing this. I worry about it though, because it's like, is this enough for Microsoft and Xbox? Are they going to be okay with you doing this massive game or a smaller game, like a multiplayer game that's probably just not going to catch on the same way like a Fall Guys would? And I say all that, but I'm also like, I always say about that Zack Snyder quote, it's like, who cares as long as the movie gets made? And it's like, in this case, it's like as long as the game gets made, hopefully this does well enough to where Microsoft, like Satya, doesn't look over and it's like, what are you guys doing with that studio? They're not doing anything. And I assume they probably have some big game in the works next, or maybe it's just more weird, cool games. And
Yeah,
I
that's the thing
support
is
that.
though they don't put out big games, so it's like as long as the small game does well enough to venture the next small game, like it's like they just keep doing small game to small game. They only need to fund enough to get to the next one. They don't go like big game to fund the small game that funds like two small games to get to the next big game or anything like that.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like, I look at it, I'm like, yeah, you know what, that's fine. That's a good pocket to be in. You guys are secure. And that's why I didn't put in like, oh, Xbox shuts down Double Fine, because it's like, I don't think they have any reason to shut them down. They're not doing anything major like an initiative would with Perfect Dark. It's like, these are small games that are doing more than good enough
Keeper got them
for
some
their
pocket
internals.
change. I'm sure Keeper got them some pocket change, and then this will give them some pocket change, and then I'm sure they got like two other.
The budgets are
games
probably nothing crazy.
Yeah, that's the thing is the budgets are probably pretty low, and yeah, so it's like okay, you made enough money, go and work on your next. What is it called? Amnesic Fortnite that they do at the studio. Why do they dedicate a whole section to that?
Yeah, I'll say all that. Like I say all that to say I have zero interest in this game, but I'm glad they're making it.
I mean,
I'm glad it makes them happy.
Like if you think about it though, it's the same thing that Aggro Crab did with Peak, right? Like they just had that idea and they turned it into a game. My issue and right, and like, the fact that they're still allowed to make these games is great, because like we see studios like Media Molecule, it's like they can't like
man.
Like let them make something. Like even if it's just a game in Dreams and you resell it as its own game, like let them do something. But I think my issue, because this does look interesting, and I really want to try and get my friends to play it, and I'm sure since I still have Game Pass, like I'll at least try it. But it's so interesting. We just had that conversation a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if we had it on here, but it made the rounds where the Peak developers were like, $5 is $5, $8 is $5, $11 is $10. Well, you know what? This game's going to be $30 probably, because it's Xbox and it's Double Fine, and I don't think they're physically capable of making something that, yeah, okay, sure, it has a little bit more fidelity and more polish than some of those indie games, and it's not as like on the surface level crude, or clearly indie. But people aren't gonna buy your game at $30 for something that's just like a multiplayer. Yeah, like it's just, that's not a like even like a Lego party or something, or like or a Pummel Party. Like it just, the biggest audience for this game is going to be priced out immediately, and that's my fear. Like I kind of wish they would do like, hey, for the first 30 days it's going to be $10, because that's how you get your player base. And then if people miss out, it's 30. It's like, well, all my friends have it, so I guess I gotta buy it for $30. I would so much rather them do that, because I am almost yeah, or something like it's almost a guarantee they're gonna price out their audience with this game.
And that's the other thing too, is a company like Double Fines do they have the capacity to support this game for, because a multiplayer game that doesn't have, like, as we were, Highguard just put out and the news is they got this like they got to talk about their year-long strategy. It's like, does Kiln have some kind of plan? Because if you put out this multiplayer game and it's fun, but if you have no kind of plan of put out like an update of any kind, like here's some extra maps or whatever, the game's gonna die off in a month or two of like, okay, we're gonna move on to the next thing.
But like, does it matter though? It does it matter for them? It's like this game becomes this massive live service that continues. Like, I think they're fine with like, hey, we got some profits that people wanting to play it when it came out. We're fine with like the profits that we got out of it. We
Yeah,
don't
I
need it to
guess.
keep going. And we keep complaining. It's like there's no standalone multiplayer games. It needs to always be live service. I like how this one's like, no, this isn't a live service, and it doesn't need to be.
Yeah,
I
because
think
like, what was that game with all the animals that was like Gang Beasts that
Party
came
animals.
out? Yeah, like, and even Gang Beasts, like, I mean, those games, yeah, they'll have a couple updates here and there, but I don't think there is a bubble where that doesn't necessarily matter as much.
yeah,
Hmm.
it's possible. It's and maybe they do see it as like a sunk cost of like, okay, this will be a hot thing for like a month or two, and then we'll move on to the next thing.
Yeah, I
Yep.
just it like Keeper being $30. Again, that's another game where it's like if that was 15 or 20, I think you get a lot more people in, but they just are
100%.
pricing themselves out.
I mean, so we can say the same thing with happening with the Sword of the Sea too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean
yeah,
that was $30. That was
right.
ridiculous. And it's like, oh, it's on PS Plus Extra. It's like, come on, man. Like, let's calm down here. But yeah, Shadow's killed. I feel bad that we didn't really talk much about the game itself. I just don't think any of us are like
It's
dying at the seams for it exactly. But again, I
it
think it
is
looks neat
unique. Yeah,
for sure. I like Double Fine doing weird, cool things like that.
yeah.
Now let's get a new banjo game from them. Enough with that shit. All right, let's get back to basics. But let's actually shout out Double Fine. I appreciate them. Let's talk about the last game that was shown off at the Dev Direct, Fable. Uh, I kind of said everything about it that I wanted to at the start, where it's just like I'm into it. I wish I saw a lot more personally, but I like Choice and Consequence, and everything they said in the interview seems like they're really pointing at that direction. So, color me intrigued. I'm gonna be very interested to see more throughout the year. But how are you two feeling about Fable?
I thought it was just like a good tease of it was like an introduction of saying, "Oh, this is our vision for Fable," and without them saying it, it was a to me it just screamed tune in for the deep dive at the Xbox showcase because it was, as you said, it was a lot of developers talking and saying, "Here's what we've been doing since we got this project, and here's our vision of it. Here's like a basic breakdown of you can do this. Here's the combat. Here's our humor in it. Here's what you can do. Like you can dress up. Here's choices because I know choices is a big thing for Fable, so it's all here." And then it's like, okay, well, see you later.
Hmm.
It was a
What about
tease. It
you,
was
Bob?
basically just big tease.
Yeah, I get
Yeah,
it. I get it.
it's interesting because I am a little like at odds with myself in what I want this game to be because, in the classic like announcement or CGI trailer style, like I'll be real, the first two times we saw this game, and even some of the like panoramic scenic vistas that they showed off looked a lot higher quality than the actual gameplay that they showed,
Mm,
or even like walking around the town. It was just a slight little what's the word, a slight little
a downgrade.
degradation, and yeah, it was a little less as crisp from a fidelity perspective and everything, so I was a
I see
little
what you
taken
mean.
back by that. But even then, like, I do love the art design. Like, I do think this is inherently Fable, and I really like what they're doing with it. But I was a little, like, oh, okay, that I especially for Playground, who's known for that kind of stuff. I was like, all right,
Yeah.
let's reel in the expectations. But I think the other thing is that they're not trying to reinvent the wheel as I think people want them to, because the thing is, most people play and like Fable and the original Fables, not for the main. It's kind of like Skyrim, where it's like people
Yeah.
don't play it for the mainline quest. They play it for all the shit you can do on the side. And a lot of that comes down to how you interact with the towns, your choices and your consequences, the morality system. And granted, we didn't get the deepest dive on that either, but I think it was important for them to show all of that here because that really is where you're going to get a lot of the like if you mainline this game, you're not going to have a good time, because a lot of it is like, yeah, I want to price or I want to buy every single house in this town, jack up the prices, kick everyone out. Everyone's going to be homeless. Also, I'm married to half of them and I'm cheating on the other half. Like, you just like Wolf, you said it.
I
It's like
love
I want to
that.
be an asshole in this game. Oh, you're gonna be able to be an asshole. And the funny thing is, there's probably gonna be people who's like, "Hey, I like this asshole. You're a cool asshole." Like because their morality system is so gray based on like who you are and what you value and you prioritize. So, yeah, I would like to see more action, or not more action, but like more of gameplay and what the quest will look like. I mean, they kind of alluded to in the beginning where it's like, hey, something happened when you were a kid, which is very
Yeah, like a
Fable,
stone disease or something. I don't know.
right? Very very Fable 1 esque, and you're going to go on this journey to discover that. And one of the quests clearly is going to be that giant. But again, it's going back to the obsidian thing of like, okay, well, if you spare the giant, this is what happens. If you kill the giant, this is what happens. But it feels like that's really going to actually impact the environments. Now, the original Fables were very, 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 and it was mostly, I should say, Peter Molyneux was very, very, very overpromise, underdeliver about these
Oh
games.
yeah.
I think they're doing a pretty good job of keeping those expectations in check. But I don't like. I do think when people say I want to see more about this game, we didn't get a deep enough dive. I agree with that to an extent, but I think the other thing is a lot of the stuff you do on the side and what you do in each town is a lot of the game. So I
Yeah.
think that's important to keep in mind. But either way, um, I agree. Some of the frame pacing I saw was choppy at times, and I'm hoping they can figure that out a little bit more. But I just continue to believe in Playground, and I was very impressed with what I saw after the initial kind of like, oh, okay, that wasn't exactly what I thought it would be like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
No, totally get it.
Yes, Fusion pointed out they seem to be taking a lot of cues from Dragon Age Veilguard in terms of combat, which works for me
Hmm.
because I actually like the combat of Veilguard. I know a lot of people didn't. Uh, and yeah, all the choice stuff seems great and what I wanted from a game like this. And uh, I'm going into this thing completely blind. Like I'm not someone who has played any kind of either the older Fable games or the other kind of Western RPGs like an Outer Worlds or even Skyrim or anything like that. So being able to go headfirst into these kind of games seems very interesting to me. I'm going to be overwhelmed by the choices. I know that for sure. I'm still deciding, do I kill the giant or not?
Oh, I'm murdering him in cold blood. Dead. His family won't even recognize him afterwards.
Wolf's gonna like carve out his stomach and make people live there and charge
Yep.
them rent.
Yep. 100%. If they allow me to do that, this will be my game of the year. I'm not even joking. Like that alone, game of the year. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I'm like, this is the, for lack of a better word, this is the potential man of this year, where it's like it has
Hmm.
so much potential to really, really hit and crit me specifically because I love choice and consequence. But it is that thing of like, okay, but like, I really want to see this game in a deeper light. And I, like you guys said, maybe we're gonna see it at the Xbox Showcase, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm in. I'm fully in now. Versus like now, where I'm like cautiously optimistic.
I do think
Um,
if I had to guess, it's going to be a Clockwork Revolution style thing at the showcase, not another after the show same deep dive that we
yeah.
got. That would
So
be my
That was
guess.
my
so then
assumption
what's
too.
the
Yeah.
deep dive at the show then this year?
We'll get into that and predictions.
Yeah, true,
Fine,
true.
fine. That was supposed to be the
All
segue.
right. Well, I mean, we're gonna do it at the end. That's the problem. We still got other news stories. Main one is Ubisoft. They're back in the news again.
Yay!
Joy. Not for a good reason. Shinobi kind of did a great roundup of everything. This comes from like a Video Games Chronicles report and everything, but Shinobi did a good job putting everything in one little tweet. Ubisoft details major company reset amid reorganization efforts. 6 games canceled, including 4 unannounced games. 3 were new IP, a mobile title, and a Prince of Persia remake. 7 games have been delayed for better quality, one of which was expected before April 2026, now coming before April 2027, likely Black Flag remake. And I should know, Tom Henderson kind of confirmed this, like it very much is Black Flag remake that got delayed that heavily. Ubisoft Halifax and Stockholm have been closed. Ubisoft will operate under 5 creative houses for different IPs with their own leadership and end-to-end responsibility for their portfolios for better, faster decisions. Vantage Studios is the one that's owned by Tencent, oversees Rainbow Six, Assassin's Creed, and Far Cry. Creative House 2, competitive and shooter experiences like The Division, Ghost Recon, and Splinter Cell. Creative House 3, select sharp live experiences like For Honor, The Crew, Riders Republic, Brawlhalla, and Skull and Bones. Sorry. Creative House 4, fantasy worlds and narrative-driven experiences like Anno, Might and Magic, Rayman, Prince of Persia, and Beyond Good and Evil. And Creative House 5, casual and family-friendly like Just Dance, Uno, Hasbro, etc. Me and Fusion were talking about it. Creative House 3 is so funny when you see stuff like Riders Republic, Brawlhalla, and Skull and Bones. It's just a very funny trio right there. But otherwise, this seems to be a case of Ubisoft kind of shitting the bed as per usual. I've said for a while that I think Ubisoft sucks, and I think they continue to suck more and more every single year. I think they have good IPs. I just don't think they know how to use them. Like with Prince of Persia, where they were going to release it, delayed it, effectively canceled the original version of the Prince of Persia remake, moved it to another developer, about to come out again. It was literally supposed to be shadow dropped this month, and yet again, it just completely canceled, and now it does not exist at all. They can't even remake Prince of Persia Sands of Time, which is very funny because that is not a hard game to remake. I'll be completely real. I know making video games is hard. It's not that hard, and Ubisoft makes it look very fucking hard. So I don't know. I think Ubisoft is kind of a joke right now. I think they have good things in the pipeline. I hope that Rayman game eventually comes out, but we'll see. It's just right now I am not very optimistic about their future, and I feel like they're going to get bought out in a big way moving forward.
Dude, I mean, I think my favorite.
Yapper, man, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I just like I'm still like speechless, like days later, like from all of this. I think the funniest thing I saw in reaction to this is like, it is so funny that like the same like the publisher that made the original game like can't even remake their own game. It's not like they're getting
Nope.
it from a different team. It's not like they lost the source code. Like they just couldn't get it done. It's like, sorry guys, we tried everything. Like, you launched Skull and Bones and you're telling me you're too embarrassed to launch this game because of the public. Like, was it just the most AI slop like made game of all time? I just don't get it.
I don't get it. It's one of those things. Skull and Bones, to be fair, that was like a Singaporean government thing.
Right.
But even
yes.
then, I look at Skull and Bones. It's like, guys, a pirate game is not this hard. Why do you make it look hard? How do you make making games look impossible when I see other developers make games that's like, wow, this is 10 times better than Ubisoft could do with like 50 billion people?
Yeah. Yeah, and then pushing back the Black Flag remake again, just another like should be slam dunk, and they are for some reason shooting themselves in the foot. But and it's just the further consolidation and the fact that they sold Tencent, the studio that's actually going to make the interesting games that people buy and talk about, and then the rest of Ubisoft is just kind of like, hey, we'll make these niche things that aren't going to hit, and who knows like what that means for our future. It's just so unfortunate like how this is all working out. And it's just like, man, the Guillemot family just really
They just suck. They suck, man.
Like, I just don't understand how they didn't pull out or restructure when they had a good chance to, and now it just seems like they're just slowly on life support, and eventually someone's gonna pull the plug.
Yeah. Any thoughts from you, man?
Or as some people, I saw some people say this is a restructuring to slim themselves down so they can be bought sometime later.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. I was thinking about that too. Just like, oh, what if they're just trying to like basically buy themselves out again?
Like they just get people, what they get like Embraced or the Saudis or something, just like some bigger
Probably
entity.
Tencent.
Probably Tencent. Yeah,
they're already in bed with them. Yeah.
But yeah, it's just funny to just see like this is how Ubisoft is broken up now, and from Vantage to these creative houses, and you just look at imagine like we of course yeah you want to look at Creative House 2 and what or not 2 but 3, and I can't help but look at Creative House 5 and they're family friendly. It's like Just Dance, Uno, Hasbro games. Like what the hell's going on over there?
Those games do well.
I mean,
That's
they
the
sell
thing.
well.
Like,
Yeah, they're super casual games, but it's just so
That
fun.
might actually be the easiest job. We just got to make Uno and we'll print money. Okay.
Exactly. It's like I have the easiest job ever. Well, yeah, it's unfortunate, and it'll be interesting to see if someone ever like leaks the game or we ever find out. What's interesting is it's like
how
Ubisoft
bad was it?
How bad was it? And then also the fact that these other games that were canceled were they were all new IP. It's like Ubisoft, you keep talking about it's like we needed to diversify our portfolio. You had 3 new IPs here, and you just swept them all under the rug. I don't care about the mobile game, but hey, at least it was you trying.
Exactly.
I think Ubisoft looked at Xbox's strategy of just spinning a wheel and deciding on that's your new strategy and was like, yeah, we like that. Let's copy that. And just completely change their minds all the time.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Ubisoft, I've talked so much shit about them on the podcast throughout the years, so like I'm not gonna belabor the point anymore. I just think they're kind of an absolute joke of a company right now, and I have zero faith that they even get themselves out of this hole. I just hope the IPs can make it out of that hole because they have really good IPs. It's just the studios and the company is dog shit.
Did they even have anything announced, like officially announced for this year? Like we haven't heard about whatever's next for Assassin's Creed, which is fair, but like Far Cry, we haven't heard anything about. What was?
I don't think they have anything officially announced for this year. You're right.
Wait, like what?
Uh,
What
let
are
me
we doing?
Let me see.
Let me try to see if
I'm
I
looking at Wikipedia right now just for announced games. Yeah, Ubisoft isn't anywhere on here. I just
Dude,
controlled. I controlled F for Ubisoft. Yeah, they don't have anything.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that is so funny. They have nothing announced for this year.
All we have is just
Dude,
like the rumor games. Like
They're gonna have a crazy you play forward or whatever the fuck that show calls.
we're gonna
I
get so
guess,
many
yeah.
announced games. It's like because we have nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. Zero faith in this company to dig themselves out. So let's hope something comes out of it. I don't know. I don't really care.
Far
anymore.
Cry 7.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see Far Cry 7 hopefully soon. Moving on to our next story, Marathon. Bob, this is all you. I was talking, Bob, I was thinking about it. I put that prediction, a PlayStation published game will be in Bob's top 5. I'm just saying, there's a chance. Marathon is that game.
Marathoners rise up. I tell you what, I will be playing this game while not playing it on the ugliest controller I've ever seen in my life.
Here we go. Yep. Yeah, that controller's ass.
What are we doing? What are we doing? I don't care about the game. This is controller talk, baby. Okay, this is an Xbox show after all. What is the design philosophy here?
I feel like they tried to copy the style of the Starfield controller, but with like none of the Riz. Like it just looks like harassment. I feel harassed looking at that controller with that ugly ass Marathon logo on the fucking touchpad and this weird white look, and then just a whole bunch of bullshit on it. I'm right there with you, Bob. It's disgusting.
And then like if you have an L and an R, but they're different sizes, which like who cares? But also, why do we need an L and an R on our controller handles? And then on the left side, like next to the striping, it just says controller over and over again. It's like, yeah, clearly they were going for something. God knows what it was. Maybe lay off the ketamine. But
yeah,
I just because like to me, when I think Marathon, I think that neon yellow, and it's like just make a neon yellow controller. This looks like when you get a Lego set with a lot of graphics, and you're like, oh, this is gonna look sick, and then you open the box and it's a sticker pack, and you have to put the stickers on yourself, and you're like, oh, well, this isn't as fun. Like I thought the whole thing was just gonna be like pre-printed on there, and now I gotta put the stickers on. Like, what are we doing? So. Anyway, that's my
talk about the actual game.
Oh right, there's a game here.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so we got some release date. It's March
too for it.
Oh no!
Let me post.
Don't look at the headset if you don't want to be mad. Well, while Bob gets mad at the headset, I'll just shout out. It comes out March 5th, 2026, the official date. And they have officially revealed it's going to be a $40 game. Not surprising. That's what Sony's other multiplayer live service games are, like Helldivers and whatnot. I mean, listen, this isn't for me. But I asked Fusion, and he said it looks good. So yeah, shout outs. I'm curious how this game's gonna do. I put out the prediction that I do think it's gonna do well, comparably well to like, especially compared to Sony's other live service projects. I just don't know what legs it's gonna have, and really what the expectations for Bungie are, because I feel like Bungie is expecting like the world of this game, and I feel like it's just gonna do very well. I mean, we already see it's doing very well considering the Steam player charts. It's like what, like the fifth best selling game right now. So like clearly it's doing very well. I just don't know if it's gonna be enough for Sony and Bungie. We'll see. I'm curious about it. I'm curious how it's gonna do. I'm not playing this. Come on, dude. I'm not playing this, but like I'm very interested to see how it's gonna do.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the accessories. This headset looks the exact same way, where we're just putting stickers on a white, like basic headset. Anyway, so I think it is worth pointing out, Wolf. They are doing one more free weekend, like some sort of open test before the game launches, and I definitely
Like I can
think
join it.
yes. I'm almost. Let me double check that, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm reading it right here. We'll have one open preview weekend before launch.
Yeah, I think that is going to be kind of the make or break, because the people who may have been NDA'd in the past or have played previous versions of this game, I'm going to probably look to them and see if they can notice a sizable change. And even then, like I do, now that I've played a decent amount of Arc Raiders, I have a better expectation of what I think I would want out of this game, and so it will be interesting to see if it can live up to that. Because I do think, Arc Raiders obviously is the game that gets brought up now every time Marathon is mentioned, because it's like, oh, Arc Raiders is going to eat Marathon's lunch and no one's going to play this game. But I do think, like, when Fortnite came out, PUBG still had players. Like, they still had a player base. And granted,
it still has a player base now.
Right, exactly. And it's like, granted, this is the opposite of that release cadence. But I do think Marathon, especially now that people are open to the, what the hell is extraction shooter format, I do think that there will be a pocket of people that are like, oh, actually, I prefer this game a little bit more. And I think one of the things that could sway people is, I was shocked to see the voice cast list. Now,
Oh yeah.
I am sure it is no longer than 5 minutes of dialogue for these people, but I do appreciate that.
It'll be cinematics with them probably.
Right, and like we did see that one way too long 10-minute cinematic trailer, whatever showcase or presentation that was a while ago, but it's like, okay, clearly they are trying to do something here and tell something interesting. And so I don't want to doom this game, and I definitely don't think it's going to be a Concord. Like, granted, Concord had the better controller, so I will give them that.
That's true, though. Shout out. Dude, I wish I got that controller. It looked kind of snazzy.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I mean, the art style of Concord, at least like their logo and everything, was cool. But I do like the art style here when it's done properly. But yeah, that's all to say. I want to have hope in Marathon. I want it to be in my top 5. Game of the year at the. Okay, I can't say that with a straight face. I'm sorry. Arc Raiders didn't even crack my top 5.
Didn't even crack your top 12.
Yeah, I think it was right on the outside of my top 12. So it's got an uphill hill to climb. But I definitely want to check it out and give it a fair shot. Definitely. Hey, I'll say this: gonna do better than High Guard.
I mean, it's not impossible that High Guard does better.
It's not.
I mean, High Guard has that free to play, doesn't have that barrier.
Yeah, High Guard. I don't know if you guys have seen like a lot of like the secret playtests that were happening over the month. Everyone came out of it like extremely positive on it, to the point where it's like, wait, maybe this game is cooking.
Which is funny, because earlier there was all those people who got to do the playtest on Steam and were like saying this is all ass. So it's like, who do we believe?
No, Moon, I know exactly which tweet you're talking about. The guy who said, I played this and I could confidently say this is ass. Apparently he was just lying.
Oh, sick.
Fine.
Shout out to Twitter, bye.
But, it does raise the question, can we trust Sony management in the fact that they didn't acquire the studio they didn't know about when they acquired Bungie, but instead acquired Bungie, and now we're in a world where High Guard could do better than Marathon? You know, I just feel like that's something we have to ponder.
Listen. I think I'm not coming into Marathon expecting like it's gonna be like one of the biggest selling games of the year, but I do think there's enough like pedigree behind Bungie's name.
Yeah.
And I think there is enough hype around it where it's like, and you look at the Steam sales, it's like it's clearly still doing well. I do think this game is going to do well. I just don't think it's going to do well enough for Sony and Bungie. Because Bungie literally outright stated is like this, we're relying on this game for our entire future moving forward.
Oh, goody.
Which they don't even have a Destiny 3 in the works. Like that's how much they're relying on Marathon specifically.
You're gonna tell me you're all in on this game and this is the controller you give me?
My God, this controller destroyed you.
Just if this is why you brought me on, to bring on the important topics, and I just feel like we're not. We got now. I will say the collector's edition.
The important topics, by the way.
The collector's edition, that statue, kind of cool. I like the statue.
I haven't seen the statue actually. I'll search it up.
Some lady, one of the characters. That's my.
But it's like
with
3D.
Yeah.
Oh, this one. Yeah, I see that. Okay. She kind of looks like Wraith from Apex Legends. I don't know. But yeah, shout out to Marathon. I think we can move on to our next story. This is a quick one. I don't got much to say personally. Life is Strange Reunion announced. Huh?
No.
Releasing on March 26th. By and for fans of the original, Life is Strange Reunion finally brings Max and Chloe's saga to a definitive close. All I'm gonna say is what I learned was apparently this was a contractual agreement game, so that's why it's coming out so soon after Double Exposure. People did not like Double Exposures, at least the ending. I know that's a fact. So we will see how this does. Otherwise, I don't have much else to say.
Yeah. I'm curious to find out, just because it is bringing the original cast back. What I'm curious about is if the books are canon, because I have the graphic novels that take place after the original game, and they do some wild shit in that series. And I'm wondering if they consider that canon or not. So that'll be interesting to find out. But I'm more interested. I want to check this out because, as they say, it's a definitive end, so they're finally putting a actual closing on these characters instead of just kind of in limbo what happened after one, instead of just, okay, well, this is going to be an anthology series, so we'll move on to True Colors and do other characters. Like, no, okay, well, that didn't work out as much as we want, so let's go back to Max. Oh, we fumbled this with Double Exposure. Okay, here's Max and Chloe again. But we're going to officially close the book on another.
Figure it out.
So it'll be interesting what they mean by this. Like, are we going to kill them off? Are they going to live happily ever after? We'll see. But I feel like I need to at least play... I guess I need to play Double Exposure now. I thought I could just ride this series off into the sunset and be like, okay, yeah, it did bad. Well, I'll just never play it. Just live with my happy memory of one and Before the Storm. That's it. Like, no, now I have to play Double Exposure and this game and close the book on this.
We'll see.
Shout out to Life is Strange. We'll see how strange life is moving forward after you're gone. I don't know. I got nothing else to say about that franchise. Let's move in. That's all the news. Or is it? There was one thing that happened.
God damn it.
This week. Yep, Bob. You know what time it is.
Every time.
Hey, you know what? You're doing a double shift today because it's not just the December.
We have the whole year.
The whole year. We'll see how you guys do. Let's start with December. I think you guys could do well. We'll see.
Oh, no. Goddamn.
Go out, man. 20 games.
Of the year?
No. This is for December 2025, right? There's a world where COD didn't make it, right?
It wasn't in the
COD is number one.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Black Ops 7 is number one. Listen, yeah, it did worse, Bob. It's still COD.
Yeah. Well, I know people were saying like it didn't make some metric or something, but yeah, I guess
I think it didn't beat Battlefield. Battlefield sold better than
it wasn't in the PlayStation Store's top 10. I think it was what the article was.
Yeah, I think like currently playing, maybe. Yeah.
Okay,
but you got COD.
Well, you already said it. Battlefield.
Yeah, Battlefield is number 3.
Okay. Did Ark? No way, right?
No, Arc Raiders.
Yeah, I guess it
It's
came out
weird.
too.
Yeah, because it's not U.S. sales. This
Mm.
this is U.S. sales specifically,
Gotcha,
and I think
gotcha.
it doesn't really count like Steam stuff. So like something like a Peak or Arc Raiders.
Let's see. What?
Think of
What
the
the
usual
hell?
suspects, boys. Both of
Yeah, I mean GTA.
GTA 5. Is it on the list? Wait.
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, it is. It is number
Okay.
12. Don't
Minecraft.
worry. Minecraft is number 8.
Who else is the usual? Fortnite.
Fortnite
No.
wouldn't be on here. That's not
Yeah,
FIFA.
right. That's yeah.
Doing great so far,
The
Bob.
sports games, Madden, FIFA.
Oh right, yeah, duh. College football.
Madden is 4, FIFA is 5,
NBA.
college football is 11, NBA is number 2.
Okay.
NHL?
Was there a big NBA game in December?
No, but they usually come out in October or November.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
Same
No
with
NHL.
Yeah, that's
no,
fine.
nobody cares about hockey apparently. Damn.
They really don't.
I guess it's more a Canada thing.
Well, and also too, I don't think Heated Rivalry had gotten popular enough yet to show the
fair.
effect on sales. Let's see. I'm trying to think like what the fuck. Doesn't Elden Ring like always make
Elden
these
Ring
lists?
is not on here.
Oh, okay.
It usually does, yeah. There's 2 bop-ass bop games.
Bop
Game.
Like the ultimate bop games that like none of us are into except you.
I mean, Forza. It's been a while since Horizon released on PlayStation.
Forza Horizon 5 is number 14.
Okay.
Flight Sim?
I was gonna say, yeah. Wait, when did Flight Sim come out?
Flight Sim 2024 is 16.
Well, what was the month previously?
114. I don't know what happened.
That had to be the PS5 release. That had to have been.
Oh yeah, the PS5 release. You're right. Yeah. But yeah, it's number 16.
What a glow up.
What came out in November?
There's a big Nintendo game came out in November.
Because nothing came out in December.
Is Pokemon still on there?
There's one new game from December. Pokemon is still on here. It's number 6.
Legends EA.
Is Mario Kart World? I don't think it's trending like 8 did.
Mario Kart World isn't counted really, I think, because of the bundles. This doesn't count.
Oh, yeah. Which is probably why they stopped them. They're like, hey, we're not on these Circana reports.
We need to be on the Circana, guys. Oh, dude, I can't wait to talk about Mario Kart World and my Nintendo predictions. I have a big one for that.
Hell yeah.
Did we say Minecraft already?
Yes.
You already said Minecraft.
And like Roblox doesn't count either, right?
No, it doesn't. There's a big Nintendo game that came. Well, okay, big. A Nintendo game that came out last month.
Yeah, what the fuck came out for Nintendo last month?
You made fun of it, and I was excited.
I made fun of it, and you were excited.
No, but Bob specifically.
What the fuck?
How could they do 2 presentations about this game? I am not watching the second presentation about this game.
Oh, Kirby Air Riders.
Kirby Air Riders, number 18.
That's right.
And then also a new Nintendo game came out in December.
Oh, the only game that came out in December, Metroid.
Yeah, Metroid was number 7. Number 7, which actually more than I expected.
That is actually pretty good for them.
Because everyone bought into the hype, so it's not going to be there in January.
Hey, man. I was hyped. Think about the Game Awards.
Bonanza
is number 9. Now that's
Stranding.
Death Stranding's not here.
Ghost?
Was Ghost on here? Let me check. It should be.
Expedition 33?
Ghost is number 10. Kepler thinks they're cool, man, so they're not on here.
Oh.
Yeah.
They're like, nah, you don't get our sales.
Oh.
I hate that publisher, bro.
No way Silksong's on. I don't think.
No, something like Silksong wouldn't make it because it's mostly digital.
You're right. Kingdom Come?
Kingdom Come is number 17.
All right, shout out.
And this is what I mean, dude. Game Awards does actually help the sales for these games a lot.
Yeah,
because a lot of these games, like Kingdom Come was like 23 the last month. Bonanza was 14 the last month. This does add to their sales a good amount.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I just saw something on Twitter and made me think of something. Sonic Racing Crossworlds, because that just had DLC.
Yeah, Sonic Racing Crossroads at 13.
My God, dude, we're living in a world where Sonic Racing is making it instead of Mario Kart on these lists.
Okay, again, bundle bop.
I know, but still, I just hate
Dude.
those optics.
Dude, you would not believe the amount of like Sonic Racing fans that were so mad that Mario Kart won over it. I'm like, guys, I played both games. Mario
Yeah,
Kart,
it's
even
not.
despite its issues, is way better.
It is just a different atmosphere, or like a different plane of
Sonic
mechanics.
fans are living in a different world. That's what I
They
learned. Is like
are.
you guys are living your own life. God
Yeah.
bless. Okay, so major Nintendo re-release that happened in October. You played it, Bob.
Oh, Galaxy.
I think you did.
Yeah. Right? Galaxy?
Oh yeah. Okay, sorry, I didn't hear.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
19.
if it's not, then I have no idea what you're talking about.
That was the NSO release for Mario Sunshine.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Galaxy 1 and 2 is 19. Okay, what's Rockstar's other big game?
Bully.
Red Dead.
Yeah, Red. Oh, God.
Bully.
I wish. Red Dead 2 is number 15. And then let me see.
Is there like some fucking bullshit MVP bundle where it's two of the
No,
men? Okay.
no MVP bundle. What's Sony's biggest IP that they don't own?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man 2, number 20.
Insane.
That thing is still selling. Damn.
Yeah, the last month it was 15.
I mean,
People- a lot of
honestly,
people-
like, I kind of don't blame them for making Insomniac just keep doing Marvel licensed
it's
games.
the game you buy your PS5 with too. That's
Yeah.
probably it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, especially casuals, like it's like you buy the PlayStation 5, it's like, oh, Spider-Man, I'm gonna grab that.
Yeah.
So you guys got everything. Good job. That was for December. Honestly, a lot better than usual. I'll say that. Well, except for in the beginning where Bob forgot all video games.
Yeah. You know, it
now
happens.
let's do the best of the year. Oh boy.
Great. Great.
All right.
Hogwarts.
This one should be Hogwarts in the best of the year. Actually, no.
Wow.
I guess everyone bought it.
Black Ops 6.
Black Ops not. Oh wait, 6. Yeah, number 10.
GTA.
GTA 5 is number 20.
Minecraft.
Minecraft is number 13.
I'm gonna say Mario Kart 8.
The Mario Kart 8's not on here.
Okay. All right.
Doesn't count digital sales. That's a big reason.
Yeah. I don't think Battlefield would have made it.
No, for the year?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess it would.
Yeah, Battlefield 6 is number 1.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
It is the best-selling game of 2025.
Okay.
At least in the US.
Right. Madden, college football.
Monster
Madden
Hunter?
is 6. College football 7. NBA is number 2.
Is the MVP
And,
bundle on here?
It's not.
Okay.
And also, you didn't mention it. I'm just going to say it now. EA Sports FC is number 8.
Right.
You're missing one more sport, by the way.
F1 or PGA?
Your ass said F1. No.
Yeah, I mean, it does well.
Yeah, no PGA either, no.
NHL?
No.
MLB The Show?
MLB The Show, number 12.
Yeah, there it is.
Moon, were you going to say something?
That's like we said Monster Hunter, right?
No, yeah.
Good call. Good
Monster
call.
Hunter is number 4.
I feel like Kingdom
Number
Come's
4
going to
for
be
a
on
game no one
here.
talks about. Kingdom Come is number 15.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, Monster Hunter, it's just crazy. Like, we didn't talk about it, but I think that came out this week where it was like, the DLC, like, the game runs better if you have all the DLC installed, which is just peak
Psychotic.
fucking, like, unoptimized. Like, unbelievable.
Apparently, they're getting a major patch, I think, next week, but I don't know, man.
Because
the
I would
like mood around that game is so soured.
I would imagine a dev might have brought that up to an executive, and they're like, and why is that a problem?
It's like, yeah, the fucking they're gonna buy the DLC now. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll say now, Bob. You said Black Ops 6.
Yes.
Think
Black Ops 7, yeah. I just always
Black Ops 7, number 5.
Yeah. I guess Battlefield. Death Stranding.
Death Stranding not on the list.
Wow. Ghost?
It's a more niche game. Ghost is number 11.
Okay. All right. I was like, one of those two had to be on there.
Bonanza?
Yeah, Bonanza.
It didn't make it.
Wow.
Only on Switch 2, no digital sales. Makes sense.
Yeah.
There was one Nintendo game that made it on here.
Fucking Donkey Kong Country Returns now.
Now, what's the Nintendo game that sells no matter what?
Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, it would be Mario
No,
Kart
you
8,
already
but
said
it's
Mario
not.
Kart 8.
Jesus.
Yes, we were talking about this franchise earlier. We just talked about the studio's new game.
Metroid?
Come on.
No.
You were talking about it, Bob. You got it on the last month. That's what's crazy when we were
Galaxy?
doing December. No, it's not the biggest Nintendo franchise. The one that always sells. It's always every year.
Hogwarts.
Bob. Oh
What
my
the
god.
What is
Guys.
going on?
The biggest Nintendo franchise.
Mario. I mean, what are we
Outside
doing?
of Mario. Second to Mario.
Oh, Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild?
Oh my god, Bob. You're rage
Pokemon.
baiting me now. Thank
Oh.
you, Moon. Pokemon
Yeah.
Legends VA is
Jesus
number
Christ, sorry.
17. Actual rage bait.
So I hate
Yeah.
these things, man. They're so stupid. I need to write them down.
I know, it's like I need to
Pokemon
visualize
Legends
them.
EA is 17. Also, I've lied. There's actually one more sports game, but it's not really a sport, if you ask me.
Wrestling?
Oh, Jesus.
Yep,
Oh,
wrestling.
yeah,
It's
WWE. Yeah, good call.
WWE 2K25 is 18.
What else released this year?
You guys did a spoiler cast, U Fusion and Jet.
Oh, good for Split Fiction.
Yep, number 19.
Doom?
For them.
What'd you say, Moon?
Doom? Dark
Doom's too
Ages?
No,
digital.
Doom didn't make it.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, massive remake.
Oblivion.
Oblivion, number 9.
Nice.
Okay, let me see what else. Oh, Bop Ass Bop game.
Forza.
Forza, number 16.
Yeah.
Wolf Ass Wolf game that I barely played. Favorite developer. What's my favorite developer?
Night Rain.
Yep, Night Rain, number 14.
Fuck, that did come out last year.
It did very well, man.
Yeah.
I need to get back to it. I really enjoyed what I played. Okay, you're not getting number 3. I'll tell you right now.
Hold on.
Number 3, massive game. It did very well, but everyone hated on it.
A massive game that did very well, but everyone.
People were into it at first, and then they kept playing.
Civilization?
PC issues. No, not Civ.
Because that would
There's
be Monster Hunter, but.
It's another unoptimized game.
Oh,
Came out in the later half of the year. You shoot guns.
Shoot guns.
Call of Duty?
Keep going.
One of the developers is very annoying.
Oh,
You keep talking
Borderlands.
about it.
Borderlands.
There you go. Borderlands 4. Borderlands 4 is number 3.
Mafia? Is the Mafia make it?
No, Mafia didn't make it.
Damn.
That Borderlands was the last one. You guys got all 20.
Okay.
Eventually, couldn't remember Pokemon, but otherwise,
I'm just so beast coded, you know. It's like what's Pokemon, man?
No, well, you think like the developers. Pokemon's a very niche franchise. We're very indie.
Yeah, no, they're very small. They don't sell a lot.
200 people in their dev team. I mean, you know, how much can they really do?
I do want to just say, I was shocked looking at this list. It's like, man, Borderlands was number 3. Like, that's pretty insane. I mean,
it's still
like the feeling around that game has shifted so much.
But those legacy franchises, man, like people just don't care. They see new game and title they recognize with new number. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I don't even like Tiny Tina didn't do that well. I don't think, but because it wasn't Borderlands, it didn't actually do well. But Borderlands 4, they're like, okay, sure.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna point this out for the top 10. It was Black Ops 6, the usual Call of Duty shooter, Oblivion Remastered, unoptimized, but is at the end of the Elder Scrolls, EA Sports FC, EA Sports College Football, Madden NFL 26, Call of Duty Black Ops 7, Monster Hunter Wilds, Borderlands 4, NBA 2K26, Battlefield 6.
Yeah,
dude, gamers suck. Like, come on, guys.
It's just your reminder just how big the casual audience is.
Yep.
And it's also the reminder of why we can't actually ask for change, because they'll do the bare minimum, put it out every year, and print money.
Yep. Look at Black Ops 7. Well, Either way, though, it's very interesting. I love these stats. I like how Matt Piscatella puts them out. Did you guys know how extensive like Circana data is? Apparently, they like track like everything, like especially in the games industry. Like I think Matt put out is like, oh, here are the games that sold one copy like across the US. It was like stuff like Dance Dance Revolution on PS2. It was like, oh yeah, there was like a Walmart that was selling that somewhere in Alaska. It's like I love that shit. I love like stats data like this. I really want to get into the weeds of this stuff one day.
Yeah, I would
But
imagine
you have to pay
that.
for it.
Yeah, that because that's definitely not something that could fit on an Excel sheet, I would imagine. So
Hmm.
just seeing like whatever they're using to break that data down, oh boy, that's a big data warehouse.
Yeah, shout out to Matt. He's also. I'm glad he puts out at least the top 20. That's very fun to look at. Let's talk now. Now, before we get into the predictions, I do want to shout out Bob. We had a big fantasy league update.
Of course.
Specific, specifically, I want to shout out our trade that happened,
Oh, right,
where
sure.
where I traded Control Resident, and you traded me Dustblitz, and also
And $10, and $10.
and
That's very
$10 and
important.
$10. Here's the thing. I think about this. I thought about this throughout the week, and let me tell you, I don't regret it one bit. I would take that trade two more times. Every single
make it
time I'm
again.
taking that. I'd make it again, dude. I mean, listen, Miyazaki's never made a game that rates below a 90. Like, I'm not expecting a 90, but like, I think that game's going to score very well. And I don't even know if Control Resonance going to come out this year. Now, granted, we did see, apparently it was leaked that it's scheduled for summer. But we don't know that for sure. We don't know that for sure. It's just funny looking back. It's like I picked up Control Resonant just to spite Fusion.
Yeah,
Like that was like a
you
big
really
reason.
did.
And I spited him even more by trading it away for
You're right. Didn't even want yeah, no, I mean, listen, my reasoning was simple. ChatGPT told me it was higher on the list, so I said
Yep.
okay. Because if
Of
it wasn't
course.
Wolf, I was going to decline it.
Oh, I totally get it. You gotta go by the whims of the AI.
Oh god. And
Oh,
yeah,
God.
also we should mention I spent $15 on all of my pickups to fill out the rest of my roster according to whatever ChatGPT rated the highest. And let me tell you, my projected score did not go up that much.
Yeah, it's stuff like Blood of Dawnwalker. Was that a pickup?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so Blood of Dawnwalker, Control Resonant, Control Resonant, that's a trade. Reanimal, Onimusha, which I'm surprised none of us picked that up outside of you. I wonder if someone else bid for it.
I think
Witchbrook,
I can look.
yeah. And then Persona 4 Revival.
Yeah, after we talked so much shit, I'm like, well, shit, here I am.
And I think, Moon, you picked up Clockwork Revolution. Do you believe that's this year? I mean, I guess we'll get into your predictions.
I feel like, I think by the time I picked it up because one, it was $5, and I feel like that was just an easy buy because no one else was gonna do it.
Fair, yeah.
Because Bob would have been the only other person to do it, and ChatGPT's not gonna do that. So I felt
Dude,
like
it was
I
so
safe.
low. I was mad.
So I felt like it was gonna be an easy drop if it's not at the Xbox showcase, it's not happening this year. It'll be an easy drop. That's how I felt. I was like, I could just pick this up, and it's an easy drop if I don't need it. Let me look at the thing. And I tried to get Splatoon Raiders, but Jat, the motherfucker, outbid me. That was my game. That was my game of like, no one remembers that this game was announced, so I kind of slid it in there. But no, he outbid me by like $6.
I always think about like they just announced it like on a random like Tuesday. And it's like you have directs, guys.
Yep.
Announce this at a direct. What's with you? Well, it wouldn't have fit. You dictate the length of a direct, Nintendo. I also wish Jack got Ace Combat 8, Total Warhammer 40K, and Ontos, which he screwed me out of Ontos. I was trying to pick up Ontos. He got me. And I also picked up Adventures of Elliot because I think that game is gonna do pretty good.
Oh yeah, no one else bid for Onimusha, just Bob.
That's so interesting. I didn't realize bids were going on. I like put in my bids. I like set it and forget it, and I forgot. I was like, oh yeah, I guess I should probably check if anyone else would bid on these.
Now, see, here's the good thing about my strategy is that ChatGPT picked games that I think all have some sort of early release window, because if one of these motherfuckers don't come out, I have no money to pick anything else up.
Yep. You're screwed. I mean,
I
can't you
look,
do
I can
$0 bids, or is that not a thing?
no,
No,
it has to be $5,
$5. Yeah.
which is why I
Yeah.
kept the $10. But then you were like, well, you have to give me the rest of your money, which is fair. I totally respect that move.
Oh yeah, for that trade, yeah, I need the rest of your money.
Yeah, but yeah, I am absolutely screwed if one of these games does not come out.
I think
Also,
it's gonna
we're
be a
betting
very
on
fun-
Persona coming out now.
But
Hey, you know
also,
what?
if the unannounced Mario game comes out, I could
Oh,
maybe
you
not
win.
have to worry about it.
Yep. Let's talk now about Xbox predictions. Real quick, I do want to shout out Persona concert is this weekend. I mean,
Tomorrow.
Moon, do you think it's possible they tease Persona 6?
I mean, that's what everyone's hoping for. Like the Persona Reddit subreddits are flipping out right now. It's like this is it, guys. They're huffing that copium real hard right now.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's what happened with a couple other big announcements when they were teased at concerts in Japan. So they have a track record of doing that. But do they do that at a U.S. concert? Like, is that what their strategy is now? That's the big question.
I mean, listen, Moon, I need you to go and I don't care about Persona 6. Let's get a Persona 4 Revival release date. All right, let's lock that puppy in so that I can
Dude.
feel better.
Hey, listen, if there's anything, I feel very confident about my counterpick of Persona 6 coming out this year. It's like, I'm glad I counterpicked that. Let's get into Xbox predictions, though. I do have our predictions from last year. And let me tell you, you guys did a lot better than Fusion and Mitch on PlayStation. Though I think Xbox is a lot easier to predict than PlayStation.
No, it's that we know our brand better. That's what it is.
Okay. So I'll say this: everyone predicted Ninja Gaiden 4 releases in September. We were all off. We were off by a month, so
Yeah.
almost the points. This is like right after the developer direct, by the way. I should state from last year.
I don't know if Jack comments on this because I couldn't like live in the anxiety of waiting until Friday for this, so I went back and listened to it. But at one point, I think I specifically made the remark of like they wouldn't put all of these games in October and bury themselves.
And we know what happened there.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, so Moon made the least predictions on his own 4. So I'm gonna need you to step it up, buddy. Moon said mixtape released in August. Didn't come out
It's
that
still
year
not
in
out.
general. Games get canceled and delayed in September. That's what Jack wrote. Games did get canceled and delayed last year, so I mean, hey.
Yeah, sure.
No, quarter points, really. Call of Duty releases in October, off by the month, and Microsoft buys Platinum Games. Didn't happen. Come on, man. You had 4 predictions, and you went like 1 for 4.
No, because Jack was also right. Like listening back to it, Wolf, you were very like adamant about making predictions, and me and Wolf a lot of times are like, I could.
Yeah, you mean me and you.
your...
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just like a little bit more wishy-washy.
I like predicting. I really just accept that about myself. So, Bob, your predictions were Oblivion remake announced in March. Off by the month. You were close.
I know, I was so close. Because I did say it came out before the showcase, which was also true.
Yeah. Double Fine new game announced at the showcase with 2026 date. Missed the year date because it was the same year, but like you did get Double Fine new game. State of Decay 3 at the Xbox showcase. Nope. No tease for Halo all year, but later says it's shown at TGA's. Nope and nope.
Close, but it was close because it did get announced in the fall.
No, it doesn't count. You said TGA's.
I won't take points, but I'm just saying I was close.
Okay. 33 Immortals releases in July. When did that come out last year?
It did come out last year. I forget.
It was like early access, right? I think it was like April.
No, I think it came
It came
out of
it
early
came
access.
It came out of early access.
Okay, I'll shout out to 33 Immortals. Gears of War E-Day releases in August. I mean, that was like Tom Warren kept going, well, guys, I think Gears of War is actually this year. People are going to be surprised. Gears of War is this year. Shut up, Tom Warren. You don't know shit.
I just kept thinking, especially with what we heard, I think there was like a little bit more news that came out about it this week where it's like in one city and it's very detailed.
33 Immortals is currently in early access. It's going to be released sometime this year. Doesn't have a release date.
So
you're completely
just wrong. But with E-Day, I was like, this seems like such a smaller title that surely it can't be a 2026 or 2026 game, and here we are.
Next wave of multi-platform games announced pre-showcase. Yeah, I think so, right?
Not not like together, but yeah, Forza was
Throughout the
announced
year.
beforehand, and yeah, so
Yeah. Outer Worlds 2 releases in October. Nailed it. Like straight
bam,
up nailed it.
bang.
Fable releases in November. Didn't. Nope. That was a miss. GTA is delayed. Enjoy your points. Yeah, you got it.
Bang. Also, I will say with Fable, I did say if it does get delayed, that delay announcement happens before the showcase, which it did happen. So I'll take my points there.
I think it was delayed like the next month, like
It was
when we were doing
it was
predictions.
February, yeah.
Yeah, that's very funny. Indiana Jones DLC shadow drops at the showcase. Nope. Microsoft buys a support studio. I don't think that happened.
No, they didn't do shit last year.
And then no console tease, but handheld teased. Handheld released, but not theirs. So I don't know. How
It's kind of muddied waters on that one. Did Jack put the one about the Game Awards though with Indy?
I didn't see that. No.
So I said earlier in the episode, I think before we even got the predictions, there's no way Indy gets nominated for the Game of the Year. And hey, when you're right, you're right.
Soccer. Yeah, Refugee Game didn't get nominated for Game of the Year. Take the wins when you can. I respect it.
Yep, that's hey, put the point down.
And then my yapping ass was talking. Contraband is canceled. Easy win there.
Nailed it.
Doom the Dark Ages Switch 2 port surprisingly hasn't happened. I assume that's a dev kit thing.
You guys said a lot of Switch 2 ports.
Yeah,
we're talking about the possibility of a lot of them.
I thought Microsoft would have gotten dev kits, but I guess they didn't.
That's been like the story of just a lot of companies, just like we don't have Switch 2 dev kits.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Oblivion remake releases in June. Missed it by 2 months. Shadow Drop Final Fantasy 14 and 7 remake in May. I let Bench take over me there. I don't know why I said that.
I thought you said 16.
Oh no, 16. Sorry. I missed the Shadow Drop of 16 by a month. I can't read Roman numerals apparently.
Yeah, because you were close though. Like you were kind of like on the right track with that one.
Yeah. Okay. Fable delayed to 2026. Nailed it. Gears of War E-Day hits 2025. Did not nail it. Okay, this is funny. New From Software IP announced at Xbox Showcase. Listen, new From Software IP.
So close.
So close. It's just wrong company. I would not in a million years have predicted FromSoft IP would have been at a Nintendo show.
I was going to say, I would love to go back in time and be like, Wolf, they're announcing it at the Switch 2 showcase. Like, come on, just to hear your reaction. Yeah, right.
It's like, no, you can only tell yourself this sentence. It's a PvPvE Nintendo Online FromSoft game. That's all.
It's directed by Miyazaki, and they're going to fucking cook. I'm ready. Everwild is not mentioned in 2025.
Well,
listen, here's the thing.
It was mentioned.
It was mentioned. It was mentioned to be canceled. I'll give myself a point for that.
No.
It was canceled.
No, because not mentioned means they're still working on it. They're just not talking about it.
Yeah, whatever. Clockwork Revolution dated for 2026 did not happen. Replaced an FBC Firebreak releases in July. FBC I missed by a month. I was close there. Replaced is this year, so God bless. Outer Worlds 2 releases in August. Fucking idiot. Wu Chang Fallen Feathers releases in September. That was 2 months before. New Double Fine game releases in September. Wolf predicts he won't be into it, but Bop will love it. I didn't play Keeper. I don't know if you played it, Bop.
I have not, no.
Okay, yeah. So that whatever, but like I was close. I missed it by
and because I'll give you props. I remember listening back and I was like, dude, there's no way they announce and release it this year. But you were sticking.
I felt like they had something small.
Yeah.
Next wave of multi-platform games announced in June throughout the year, as we said. Towerborn releases in September. That's releasing next month for us. Gears of War E-Day releases in October. You idiot.
Fable you said August and October?
No, I said Gears is October. And what did I say is August?
Yeah, earlier you said Gears was August.
No, I didn't say Gears. No, I said Gears of War E-Day hits 2025. I think you said August. Yeah, you said August.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Oh, you said Outer Worlds was August. Sorry. That's right. Because we flip-flopped those, yeah.
Yeah, I remember, yeah. Fable is dated for November before being delayed. It didn't even get dated, but I did get the delay. Everything probably gets shuffled for GTA.
Well.
Silksong is not at the showcase. That's a point. Because it wasn't at the showcase.
Yeah. Wait, no. Yes, it was.
No,
Because remember they had the Ally commercial?
No,
Yeah, that is Silk Song.
no,
That is Silk Song.
that does not count.
That counts.
That counts.
That
You know what
bitch
I
was at the
meant.
showcase.
That does not count. Whatever. Indiana Jones DLC in April, missed it by like 5 months. Game Pass comes to Steam. What?
That's a crazy. I don't even
That's
remember you
crazy.
saying that.
And then Xbox releases a controller that is super ugly and Bop buys it.
Was
there one?
I
No.
don't think
There
they've been
were
having
some
controllers.
ugly ones. I didn't buy any though, but
Okay.
I probably looked at it.
You were like, no, this doesn't look as good as the Marathon controllers.
No, because see, that's the thing though. There's a difference between like ugly Marathon and ugly Forza Horizon 5 piss yellow and pink.
Well, that's your franchise.
Well, yeah, it's my franchise, but also like there's something about some of those are just so bad they flip back over to being good.
It's like this is such a deep reference, but you're gonna get it. The Overwatch League Florida Mayhem color,
Exactly.
With the McDonald's skin, where it's like I kind of like
exactly the correct
I
thing to
knew
bring
you'd
up.
get that.
Yes.
God, that was old, dude. When they changed
Also
colors,
piss yellow.
So sad. I was so sad when they changed colors. I was like, no, you
My
need to look like
McDonald's.
McDonald's. All right, let's get into our 2026 predictions. We all got it. Well, me and Bob got them written down. Moon is flying at the seat of his pants, so we'll see what happens there.
No,
We're all gonna write down 5, and we're gonna see how we do. We're gonna 5 set in stone, and then we can just throw out the other ones later.
God.
Yep.
Bob, let's hear from you first. I
Okay.
want to hear your first prediction.
So I have 10 overall, and it really was hard to decide which 5 I want because I do want a fair mix of like, yeah, I feel good about these, or like shoot big and, and stuff like that. So I try to get a good mix. So I'll start out with, without a doubt, my most bona fide, surefire prediction.
Okay.
It was, again, like I said earlier, it was going to start with Forza Horizon 6 is announced for PlayStation 5, comes out at the end of the year. I'm not counting that because clearly they stole my, bars yesterday. However, we are not getting Forza Horizon games on the Switch 2. That is not a franchise coming to Switch 2 at all. And my reasoning for that is simple because I know it was kind of talked about with Horizon 5, and people didn't really mention it yesterday. But when I was making this prediction, I was looking into it. I didn't realize that the Crew Motorfest, the Need for Speed games, and even some of the similar ones like Assetto Corsa aren't on Switch. And that just leads me to believe that, like, you really do need analog triggers. They're like the racing games are not going to a console where the trigger is a button, and
also
so
that audience just can't play Mario Kart.
sure, but like Mario Kart is a completely different thing because you do have Cruise and Blast, you do have the Sonic racing games, like you have fucking Kirby Air Riders.
Okay, let's calm down.
Like I think they just like you're not like I think the racing games are just like, yeah, if you don't have analog triggers, we're just not going to bother to put it on there because I do think,
arcade versus sim,
yeah, or even like a more because like even Need for Speed, like that isn't necessarily a sim game, but like it is a game where it's like what you are, the inputs matter a little bit. So yeah, you're never playing Forza Horizon on the Switch 2.
I don't think that's a crazy prediction. Maybe not especially not this year. I think eventually one of them comes to Switch 2 because 5 was on Xbox One, so they can definitely scale it.
Yeah.
And I get what you're saying about analog triggers, but I also think it's like if I'm Microsoft, I'm like figure it out because at the end of the day, it's like that is a massive install base that could probably get into something like this. But yeah, I get what you're saying where it's like it probably would take a while to figure out, especially with Playground working on Forza 6 and also Fable. And it's like, we don't have time to make a port for Switch 2.
It would be so funny if they're like, and here's a controller you can play it on with actual analog triggers. I buy it.
It's like an amiibo.
Or like, and even like, actually, okay, they would never do this, but like new Joy-Cons, because then you could actually play it handheld. But yeah, they would never do that.
We'll see. I'm very interested to see what like Microsoft and Nintendo's relationship is going to be when it comes to ports moving forward, because it seems like they didn't get dev kits.
I'm still kind of bullish because I do think obviously the ports are going to come, as we've seen with PlayStation. This isn't a thing of like, yeah, we don't want these games on Switch. Um, but I think they're going to start with like some older titles first and work their way up to like an Indiana Jones or a Doom the Dark Ages that just came out. Because I think they have some older ones in the chamber that could maybe come out instead. Do we know Halo isn't the campaign involved isn't on
No, it's
Switch,
not
right?
coming to Switch now.
Okay. Because that was something we
Yeah,
talked
that could
about
be
too
later.
in the last year prediction as well.
Yeah, no, I'm very curious. Let's get into my first prediction. So I don't know if any of these are a safe bet, but I think this is probably the safest bet I have. Spyro 4 is going to be revealed at the Xbox Showcase, and I think it's going to be set for 2027. I think that this is a game that's been kind of gestating for a while. They've clearly been working on this game for a long time. We've known that like since, God, I want to say a little bit after the Activision deal that they've already set up this game for a while. And I think it is about that time at the very least for a reveal. And I think it's likely to be like kind of a first half next year. I don't think it's this year, but I think at the end of the day, they're at least going to reveal it and go, hey guys, Spyro's back. Here's like what we're doing with this game. And this was the heavily rumored game by Toys for Bob for a while. So I think it's happening. I hope it's happening because I really want to play more Spyro.
I was gonna say, in case you weren't gonna mention it yet, is there any chance it isn't Toys for Bob?
No, because what's it called? They were outright kind of teasing it themselves, Toys for Bob, and
There
like
was
there was
that leak
there
from
was-
like LinkedIn or something like that that said Spyro and it was like connected to Toys for
Yeah.
Bob.
yeah, it's like pretty much like guaranteed to come from Toys for Bob.
Gotcha.
The real question is if it even is Spyro, but like as Moon mentioned, the LinkedIn leaks kind of point towards Spyro. Moon, what's your first prediction?
Okay, this is like half a Xbox prediction that leads into a prediction for the whole industry. I think mixtape is going to be pretty mid, and coupled with Bloom Rage, whatever that Lost Records game was, between both of those games being rather mid, these kind of like narrative games of that kind of genre is going to fade away.
Oh wow. That's a tough one for like this year specifically to know the full set of, but
Yeah.
like I get what you mean. Whereas like these narrative adventure games, just not nearly in the mainstream eye. But I mean, we say that though. Moon Dispatch was last year, and that was a huge hit.
That I wouldn't put that in the same. That's
Yeah,
more
that's kind of that's more
different.
Telltale.
That's more Telltale,
Okay,
and
fair enough.
they're very similar. They're definitely in the same area, but there is a distinct difference. But I get what you mean when thinking they're kind of similar. But there is definitely a style with like mixtape and Life is Strange and dump my mic. Life is Strange, mixtape, Bloom and Rage. There's especially ones that are more appealing to like the youth, not the youth, but like 80s, 90s nostalgia, even early 2000s, or have millennial, or have a focus on music. I notice a lot of these have like a very inspiration or have a gravitation towards the theme of music. A lot of these also have. So I think something like that's just going to start fading away because they're not hitting as hard. Like Life is Strange, I think really kicked these things into motion. And I think they never hit what Life is Strange, the original Life is Strange, and even Life is Strange now is faltering. So I think mixtape is now going to be fine. I think it'll be just probably maybe even one of the better ones of all of these games, but it's not going to hit the highs that it wants. Remember, what was that other game? It was Xbox helped put it out. It was on Game Pass.
Artful Escape?
No, it was another like one of these like mixtapes.
Tell Me Lies?
Tell Me Lies, that was it.
Tell me why.
Tell
me why.
Yeah. I actually really enjoyed
Every
it.
time.
I thought it was actually pretty decent, but it didn't really go anywhere. It just kind of came and went. But
That was Don't Nod, yeah.
And so yeah, I think this is probably like the swan song of this genre. I think mixtape is the last of this. We might get one or more, two more, because there's probably one in development somewhere. But I do think as the industry is moving on from this genre, but yeah, I don't know what it is, but suddenly I'm just like downer on mixtape. I don't know what it is. I think Kind of Funny got into my head. Like they're really high on mixtape for whatever reason. And seeing that is like putting me down like, oh, it's not going to be living up to whatever your expectations are.
Okay. Oh, so moving into my next prediction because Wolf evaporated out of thin air. We hope he's doing okay. So let's see, which one do I actually do. I do want to. I feel pretty good about this one because this is a bit of a riskier one. You there, Wolf?
Oh, something.
Okay.
I heard a
I'll
beep.
just keep going. I'll keep going. So I'm gonna say that Xbox will have another day one Game Pass deal with an indie / AA level developer that will score above an 88.
That's going to be Beast of
And
Reincarnation.
I don't know if I would count them
Yeah.
under that.
88's, yeah,
but-
it's kind of pushing it. Yeah, I agree.
Well, even like the level of studio they are, just because of the ridiculous amounts of money they have. But I say that because I was looking back on 2025, and I don't think I realized how many. Because like I think we all kind of agreed it was a really great year for indies. It's actually insane how many of those were day one on Game Pass. Blueprints, Ball Pit, Silk Song, Expedition 33, Citizen Sleeper 2, and The Altars were all on Game Pass. I don't know. I'm pretty sure The Altars was day one.
I think on PC. I think they might have came later onto Xbox.
Okay. But the fact that we had 5 of them and they were all, I think Altars might have been like an 87 or an 86, but the other ones were above an 88. And that's actually kind of an insane hit rate to have for, deals that obviously aren't for your studios and everything. So I don't know what happened and who at Game Pass locked in to get these deals, but they seem to have an eye for that lately, and I think we'll get at least one this year.
They definitely seem to have an eye in the industry of like they scout out these studios of indies and double A's, and they're like, "Hey, we think your game has potential. Do you want a sack of money?" And yeah, whoever is doing this scouting is doing a really good job at it. I mean, they scouted Expedition 33, like you said, and all these niche indie games, and granted, they're also getting like Monster High and Bratz and stuff like that, but yeah,
I think Monster Train 2 was on.
yeah,
Game
Monster Train,
Pass, too.
yeah, it also launched there. So,
Yeah.
like you said, they have this eye, and I do believe that will continue because there's so many interesting indie games and. Coming out to even Game Pass this year. There was a page I came across not too long ago that lists all the Indian AA games that are coming to Game Pass this year that's been confirmed. And it was like an impressive list. I need to find that again while you keep talking.
Let me write down this prediction. I just did that.
Wolf, you sound like you are trapped in a closet and we are 50 yards away.
Okay, let me read it.
Yeah, you're good. Actually, it sounds more like you're in a pool, and you are underwater. But yeah, go ahead and fix that. Wolf, did you have not Wolf, Moon, did you have another prediction or?
I did have a wild one. I guess I had a pretty safe one with Mixtape, but let's throw a wild one out there. I think maybe not this year, but maybe within the next year or so, Xbox is going to do some kind of crossover game of their IPs, like. Maybe not like a Smash Brothers, like everyone is here kind of crossover, but like at least one IP is going to do a significant kind of crossover with another IP of some sort. I don't know what.
In like a new game, or because
Yeah.
I feel like Master Chief showing up in Gears is kind of a weak cop out. But
that would be a cop out, but I don't know, just something. It feels like they want to have their brand recognition of like, okay, here's us all working together on something. It's like we are a studio now of our IPs, and I don't know why. It just feels like they want to do that with something. I don't know what.
We are Xbox.
We are Xbox. Yeah.
There you go.
Is it better now? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're out of the pool. Don't worry.
Okay. Sorry, I was drowning. No, I like that idea, man. This idea of like Xbox actually utilizing all those like huge IPs that they have. It's like, okay, let's put them together in some way. Only thing is, I don't know if they would get it done this year.
Yeah,
but
I don't
like
know
I
if it's
could at
this
the
year,
very
but
least see an
it's just
announcement.
something that came to my mind.
No, I like that idea. It's a fun one. I wonder if Xbox could do their own like Smash crossover style fighting game. It feels like they would rather, if they're gonna do a fighting game, they would just rather have their characters guest in another game. Though also, I mean, there's Killer Instinct, and it's very possible. It's like, oh, we bring this back, and it's like, hey, now you can play as like the Arbiter. You can play as John Gears. Oh, what's his name? Marcus Phoenix.
No, John
uh,
Halo.
John Halo, John Gears, John Forza, that type of thing. But yeah, I like that idea. Bob, just let me get it written down. What was your prediction exactly?
So my prediction was that what I say, Xbox will have another day one Game Pass deal with an indie or double A level studio that will score above an 88.
Oh yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, they had like Silk Song, Expedition,
Blueprints,
some
The Altar, Citizen Sleeper
Blueprints. Yeah.
2.
Yeah, they had a lot of day one Game Pass like with
Nice.
Yeah,
indies. I think indies really like that service.
and because I was kind of talking about it with Moon, but it's like looking back, I was like, whoa, I know it was a great year for indies, but I did not realize how many of those I played on Game Pass or that came to Game
Mhm.
Pass in general. So I thought
Yeah, they all like day
whoever's
one,
the
too.
scout team on Game Pass is cooking right now.
Yeah, 100%. I'll go with one. This is a bit of a. I want to go spicy for my second one. I'm curious how you're gonna feel about it, Bob.
Okay.
Halo multiplayer evolved revealed. A $30 standalone, full Halo 1 multiplayer suite included. It will have a bundle with campaign evolved to be a full $60 game.
Oh, okay. All right.
I
I
think
disagree, but go ahead.
I'll put it this way: there were rumors that there's a Halo multiplayer project in the works that's been kind of talked about, thrown around quite a bit, and it feels insane to me that you're gonna bring Halo to PlayStation finally, and it's not the multiplayer. I mean, like Halo, 90% of the reason that many people play Halo is the multiplayer. I know people love the Halo 1 campaign, and I really like it too, but like no one's like going crazy for Halo on PlayStation. Oh, it's just the single player. They want Halo multiplayer. And I understand that idea of like, Halo 1 multiplayer isn't the best. Yeah, but it's still Halo 1 multiplayer. It's still Halo multiplayer, and they want Halo multiplayer everywhere as quick as humanly possible. And I think their kind of way of doing it is, hey, here's this multiplayer standalone that you can buy for yourself, and also here's the campaign. And if you want both together, you're just paying $60. So it looks like a deal.
Yeah, here's my issue with that, Wolf. The reason I disagree is because I think this company is stupid enough to just release the campaign with no multiplayer and think they did a good job.
Same.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a really good point.
It's like all of that
Maybe
makes
I'm putting
sense,
too
which
much
is why it's
credence
not
on-
happening.
Maybe I've put too much credence on Xbox leadership.
Yeah.
I don't know. I get what you're saying, but I'm like, I know they're stupid. They can't possibly be that stupid. You can't not release Halo multiplayer.
I think they really are. I think they really think they can say, hey, we want to get new fans into the Halo franchise. We're going to release this to the PlayStation fan base and be like, hey, come join the Halo fan base and experience the story of Master Chief through the Halo trilogy. We're going to remake the entire trilogy, put it on PlayStation, and we're going to make all these new fans, and everyone's going to be like, well, where's the multiplayer? Everyone talks about the multiplayer. No, come experience Master Chief's story. Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't give a shit about Master Chief.
Exactly.
Because like even then, I don't think, because we've talked about like, oh, you could just bring Master Chief Collection over to PlayStation and then they'd have the multiplayers, but then they'd have all the campaigns, and that kind of gets in the way. And like 1 and 2s are really well done too, specifically. And it's like, well, you're kind of eating out of the drip feed of remastering all the campaigns again. So maybe 2, because I feel like, well, I don't know, multiplayer probably peaked with 3. Some people say it's 2, and I kind of believe
Yeah, it's either 2 or 3 for most people. But like,
Yeah.
I get that, Bob. But like, you're already doing Halo 1. You might as well do the multiplayer as well. It feels insane not to even
I'm
include
with
it. And I
you.
understand the idea. It's like, Halo 1 multiplayer isn't that good. Yeah, it's still Halo. It's still a very popular franchise, and PlayStation fans don't know that. They'll be like,
Right.
holy shit, this is crazy. Damn, we were playing Resistance and this existed? Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like even with Xbox being Xbox, you can't not get a Halo multiplayer on PlayStation if you have the chance.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be a shame?
Would that be a shame? And unfortunately, we'll be sitting here next year and be like, oh, yeah, they didn't do it.
We'll see. Yeah, maybe I'll have egg on my face. I'm not. I don't know. It's just like a really. I want to go weird with that one.
But
Yeah, I don't, and like the way they broke up Infinite with campaign and multiplayer, there's a chance. Like, I don't want to rule that out specifically, but yeah, it's funny though, Wolf. I have a Halo prediction. I'm not ballsy enough to. I moved it out of my top 5, so we'll talk about it later. But
interesting.
I do also have a Halo prediction.
but yeah,
what's up about your?
I just wanted to mention.
Sorry, go ahead.
But yeah, even the games that have been confirmed for coming to Game Pass, they have no real release date, but they are. It's another wild batch of indies that have looked very promising. Like Mixtape is here. We mentioned Vampire Crawlers. The next Plague Tale game's already confirmed for Game Pass. Planet of Lawn, Super Meat Boy. Some of those other promising ones we saw at the showcase at Fate Ends, Armistice from Don't Nod. That Dench Attack game, which was that train game, which was crazy looking.
Oh hell yeah!
And then in the unknown dates, we still forget that Atlas is in bed with Xbox and Persona 4 Revival is coming day 1 to Game Pass.
Yeah.
Who knows if Persona 6 does too? That's a whole other discussion. Sleight of Hand looked crazy from 2 Xbox showcases ago. Echo Weaver, I forgot. Clockwork, Harmonium, Marauders, Freestyle Football, whatever that is.
They got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's just a lot of.
They have a lot.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of other indies that I'm not even going to mention here because I don't know if they're quality or not. But it's just a list of these indies, and it's just like they are out here throwing money around.
Yeah, and we're getting a little off track here, but like, I will reaffirm, like, I understand the Game Pass increase wasn't for everyone. Most people, I would say.
Most. Yeah.
But like, I think for like the hardcore gamer, that is, listen, if you're still on Xbox at this point, you are either so out of the loop that you don't know what's going on, or you're like really invested in this ecosystem. And I do think the value that they are giving, if you are completely invested, is still worth it.
If you're playing all your games through Game Pass, I think you're
right.
still
Yeah, and you like everything that's coming out, which if they've all been good, then maybe not the first party output, but.
I forgot the next
well,
Raji
Bob,
game.
let me hear your next prediction, Bob. You got some.
So
spicy.
Speaking of that first party output and whether or not people like them, I think this is a fun one. And kind of contradicts a prediction from a different episode, I think. I forget if it was an actual prediction or not. Starfield.
Oh joy.
Is the first game in recent memory to get a 2.0 / major overhaul update that no one gives a shit about and completely underwhelms and is forgotten about by the end of the year.
That seems pretty likely.
So funny, Bob. I put on my prediction list, and this I wasn't gonna use it as one of my main 5, but like, I put Starfield 2.0 revealed alongside PS5 and Switch 2 ports, massive changes to gameplay systems, combat overhaul, new DLC released alongside it. People will be satisfied with it. Bench will still barely play it. So like,
yeah,
I'm the one being positive on Starfield. I'm like, oh, I think people will be into it, and you're like, nah, this shit's gonna be ass.
Nah, this shit is gonna be ass. And like, listen, I think, to be fair, no one gives a shit about and is forgotten about doesn't mean it's ass, because if people remember how bad it is, that's an even bigger problem. But I just feel like that yeah, you can remove the loading screens, you can redo the combat, you can redo some of these things, but I think at the end of the day, there is a fundamental flaw in this game, and unless they completely overhaul the procedural generation, we are still stuck at the starting line. And I want to believe there is a part of me that still wants to go back to Shattered Space, but I'm just like, I just do not care. And there are other, like,
Shattered Space wasn't even good.
Even Outer Worlds 2, I was having way more fun in than Starfield. And that was the moment where I'm like, yeah, man, I just don't. Now, that also being said, there's that Star Wars mod on the PC version that looks really cool. maybe I'll give that a try sometime this year. But yeah, as far as 2.0, I happily relinquish being the Starfield guy to bench. I am so happy for the journey that he is going to.
His ass ain't gonna play it.
I am happy that he's going to buy the game and get to the start screen and then say, I'll come back later, even though this is later, but that's okay.
I'm waiting for the remaster.
I'm happy that he can be the Starfield guy. Someone's got to do it.
Man, yeah, it's crazy to think our opinions on Starfield pre-release versus now. Like
That
it's just
food
like,
coma, man, that lives in infamy.
that food coma, that dude,
or meal
That's
prep or
gonna
whatever
be-
the
we
fuck we
should-
called it.
yeah, that was meal prep back then.
No, that meal
We're gonna
prep.
throw that in the vault.
That meal prep was hilarious.
That's-
I still remember a moment from that during editing that. You guys like zoomed in and was like, is that an alien?
Yep.
Oh
Yep.
yeah,
I think it was just Vasco, but yeah.
we were so coped. Like, yeah, there's gonna be aliens. They're gonna make
Which,
it cool. Dude, it was crazy.
Starfield
Bob.
spoilers, but like there is something going on.
Yeah. You were trying. I remember, Bob, for like a month. You were like, "Yeah, it's not what I expected, but like, I'm still into it. I guess I still really like it." I was the same way. I'm like, you know what? I think I'm pretty positive on Starfield, and it was like, I'm not even joking, Bob. It was after I finished New Vegas, like immediately after. I'm like, what was I thinking? This game sucks. Starfield is dog shit. I hate this game.
It really came down to I love the aesthetic, and I still do. I love the aesthetic
It's a
of
cool
that
aesthetic.
game. And I did like some of the factions, and like the one. Actually, I guess there's two really cool story beats in that game that are actually very cool. The rest of that game, like I can't justify an entire game over those like 3 moments.
Yep. Well, God bless you, Starfield. We'll see 2.0 this year. We'll see how it goes. Moon, what's your third prediction?
I was gonna go real ballsy, not really ballsy, but an easy one. But I think I'll leave it up to fate. But I think regarding both Halo and Gears, I think one will come out, but not both. I think, you know what? It's hard to say. It's like I would prefer to have said this after the showcase in June, but I think that's when we're going to get our answer. So then the prediction's kind of pointless.
That's cheating.
No. I think he has a point. Let's do our predictions episode in December for 2026. Let's change this up a little bit.
Guys,
Okay.
I think this game will score really well. I have a
All
hunch.
right. I think okay. I think Gears is probably not going to make it this year, and Halo gets delayed next year.
Ooh,
Oh,
we're
you
going
think both
both.
get delayed?
No, I think Gears will make it at the end of this year.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
till like a December
okay.
or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
Okay,
Halo.
so Gears of War E-Day releases this year, but Halo Campaign Evolved
Yeah.
gets
I
delayed.
almost went the other way around, but I'm just like, I don't know. It's something about Halo and the way that's like everyone kind of has the same feeling. It feels still very early, even though we haven't seen a single shred of Gears. It still feels like maybe that game just comes out. We see it at the showcase, and they're like, okay, it's out this November, December, October, whatever. Like that could still possibly happen.
Yeah, I see that. I think it's interesting because it's like, Bob, you were talking a lot about Halo, like the possibility of it getting delayed. Of like, we've only seen one map, really.
Yeah, because like it was funny that people were talking about Fable and how they weren't confident and that they think it's going to be delayed. And again, I'm sure I could eat my words because I was confident it was coming out last year. But like, people are not realizing that there was not a single second of footage from what we saw and what people played that wasn't that one level. And I get it, they reuse a lot of assets and they reuse a lot of levels, but we did not see a lot of that game. And Moon, to your credit, my Halo prediction that I wasn't gonna say in my top 5 but was a prediction was they're gonna miss the anniversary date for the second time in a row. Like they're just not gonna hit it, and I don't think this game is coming out this year.
That's when they're going to announce the delay. It's like, yeah, guys, unfortunately, we're not going to hit 2026. See you guys in 2027.
They'll let everyone play the Silent Cartographer level as like a downloadable demo, and that's
There
it.
you go.
Especially with the GTA 6 in the same month, like as the anniversary, it's very possible they're like, we don't want to compete with that.
It just doesn't feel like I don't know why, but it almost feels like too hopeful to be like, yeah, we're gonna get all these games, and we're getting Halo, and it's like we're getting Forza, we're getting Fable, we're getting Halo and Gears all in the same year. No, that something's gonna falter, and the fact that they're sticking with Forza
Not my Xbox.
and Fable is gonna most likely stick. It's like something's gonna falter, and maybe I don't know, who knows? Maybe both Gears and Halo don't make it this year. I think that's like my sub prediction is that both of them don't make it.
Yeah, no, very possible. It's curious. I'm very curious about Halo Campaign Evolved and what that is. I mean, I do believe there is the multiplayer involved, but hey, I mean, Pop, you put a great point. Is like, this is Xbox. We don't know for
Okay,
them.
how about this? On the anniversary, they say we're delaying Halo Campaign Evolved to 20.
Oh, they're not saying it on the anniversary.
Okay, but we're delaying it because we heard your cries and we're adding multiplayer.
Oh, that would be like
that
is the
okay.
type of bullshit where that's the type of bullshit where it's like, yeah, we heard you when they were already developing it anyways.
That might be dumb enough to work, Moon.
Damn. You can tell the opinion of Xbox right now with you guys right now is just not feeling the best.
Yeah, but like honestly though, like I think that is realistic predictions, right? I don't want to be all sunshine and rainbows. There's going to be some bullshit that happens this year.
There's going to be some good games this year. I mean, Fable looks great.
Yeah.
That could be
yeah.
And Forza, obviously. Mm-hmm. I'll go with my third one. I either want to go with the Hopium prediction, or I want to go with the.
Come on.
Oh, yeah,
Let's go negative. Let's go all three negative for one. We'll circle back.
I don't know, man, because I only have. Fuck it. Okay. We will learn this year in some way. I don't know how, but we will learn this year that Obsidian is not working on a Fallout game at all.
I like that.
It's just non-development. There's nothing even Fallout going on at that studio.
Even the remasters.
Remasters wouldn't count because that wouldn't be in Obsidian internal.
Okay.
That would be like Virtuous or something. I have said so many times where it's like, how do you have the studio that made New Vegas and not work on a new Fallout game? But like you guys have been saying the whole time, they are stupid enough to just not do that. So, yeah, I don't know. This is a very negative prediction, but it's one that I kind of believe is like, yeah, they're just... Especially when every time they get someone that worked on New Vegas before, or like an old Obsidian vet, they're always like, guys, I'm not working on new Fallout. I don't want to work on Fallout. Tim Kaine, I'm not working on what you think. You know, the director of New Vegas, it's not what you think. Okay, fuck you guys. Now you're just fucking with us. Okay? Can we stop with that bullshit? It actually pisses me off. If I get one more, like, Chris Avila, I'm not working on. Fuck you. Okay, I'm sorry. Now I'm getting pissed, but that shit pisses me off so much because you're actively telling the audience, no, we're not giving you what you want. You're getting Outer Worlds 3, Avowed 2. Have Avowed 2, but not fucking Fallout. So yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen at Obsidian.
I'm really happy I made you go in this direction.
Dude, every fucking time they hire someone, I'm not working on Fallout. Fuck you, dude. Okay, I hope you go. No, I'm gonna come.
But you gotta think though, as annoyed as you are, it's gotta be insufferable for them that like every waking moment they ask them if there's any chance. Clearly,
how are you not working on Fallout?
We're back to anti-dev Wolf here, but
listen, man. I think developers are kind of annoying. They're really whiny, okay? I'm sorry. I love developers, but I was like, you guys get... Look at... Team Cherry didn't complain, and they put out a Game of the Year, okay? So, like, I think we could, like, make games and not be annoying about them. But yeah, shout outs to developers. I love you guys. All right, well, that was a very, very negative one. I'm glad you got me out of that. You want to know, my Hopium was also Fallout related, so.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, hey, let's do both.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Bob, what's your fourth prediction?
Okay.
You really brought that out of me.
Now that we all got it out of our system, we all got the negativity out. Let's turn the corner. Let's go back to positive, because this is I did not want to solidify this until yesterday, but and if anyone, not that anyone really has a right to say it, but if anyone's gonna believe and says this with their chest, it's gonna be me. And God, this is gonna look stupid in a year, but I don't care.
Let's hear it.
Playground Studios is the first developer to have 2 games nominated for Game of the Year in the same year.
Hell yeah.
We're going Forza Fable Game of the Year nominated.
The Game Awards?
Yes, specifically the Game Awards. They're both getting in. It's the year of Playground, baby. We're all going to be celebrating how great of a studio they are. Everyone's going to realize, hey, you know what? We should have we should have nominated Forza Horizon 5 for Game of the Year because it was the best game of 2021, and now it's in Japan, so we'll get even more investment from those people, and you'll add in stupid bullshit like base building to get in weird ass people who, I don't know, don't want to play a car game. They even have an auto drive mode. They have an auto drive mode so that non-racing people can explore Japan and still vote at Game of the Year. So that's going in 100%. And then Fable, it's gonna hit. It's gonna hit this year. It's gonna hit like crack. We're all gonna be so happy we have a cool fantasy RPG again. Wolf's gonna be able to be an asshole, and and Greg Miller's going to be able to be an asshole, so therefore he's going to vote as his Game of the Year. It's the year of Playground. While Obsidian, I love them to death, Playground is retaking the throne as Xbox #1 studio, and we're going to not only break the streak of no games nominated for Game of the Year, but we're going to like smash it with 2.
Hey, I see.
So
This
it.
is a weaker year for games, I think.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like what are the going in like
minus
Game
GTA.
of the Year possible.
Yeah, well, yeah, because that's why. Because GTA is this year. Everyone's like, well, we don't want to release it the same year of GTA. So like the fall's going to be really light. So it was like Fable and Forza are front runners. Then what? Like Wolverine will probably get in there. Control. No, that's not coming out this year.
Yeah, I'm trying to think like what are the front runners right now.
Unannounced mainline Mario 3D platformer.
Yeah, true. Crimson Desert, let's go. Phantom Blade Zero. We're just naming our fantasy critic themes.
Exactly. Darwin's Paradox.
Yeah, but I think it's very possible. Bob, that's a good prediction.
I really do think one of them has to fucking make it.
Fable
Fable
seems very likely.
If an Xbox game, like especially if Gears and Halo somehow hit and maybe one of those like pops off, like I just don't want to live in the world where we celebrate Xbox's 25th anniversary and yet still somehow none of these fucking games get nominated.
Do one of them win? No.
I still think if GTA comes out, it's winning. I mean,
well, that's the thing.
I don't care. I don't care.
No. I'm saying it will win if it is eligible.
Right.
Do you think it's past the eligibility cutoff date, or do you think Rockstar just sends in like review codes before?
I think if Rockstar's smart, they're sending this thing out like a month, 2 months before.
Yeah, that's what they did for Red Dead 2, yeah.
Yeah, they're giving people time with this game. So unless it comes out December fucking 31st, like I think it's gonna hit the eligibility cutoff.
That's a good point, yeah. I like that prediction, but I like copium.
Yeah,
we got negativity.
I'm speaking with my chest because at first I was like, Fable's gonna do it, and then after seeing Forza again, even though I was a little bullish and most anticipated, I'm like, nah, fuck this. We're getting both. I want to believe.
I would have believed too, man.
And I can't wait for the 2027 predictions where we have to talk about this.
Hello.
Man, that didn't happen.
Hello,
Neither
Jack.
made it.
I just want to say hi, Jack from the future. That's writing this down.
He's probably still laughing.
Dude, what's your fourth prediction?
So I just made this up right now because of what we talked about with the Circana predictions. With Spider-Man still lingering there, I think. And with Indie also lingering around. Well, not lingering in the same kind of way, but I think Xbox is going to announce another game franchise of theirs that's based on an IP of some kind.
It's another license game.
Another license game of some kind. I think they're going to announce that they've partnered with some studio, and they're just gonna be like, okay, it's gonna be exclusive to Xbox, or obviously it'll be released on other things later, or maybe at the same time, who knows? But it's gonna be It's gonna be done by a Xbox studio like Indiana Jones was.
What do you think it could be, like the studio and the license?
I have no idea. I don't know if they want to step in the superhero genre like Spider-Man, because they don't want to be compared directly to Sony and Spider-Man and Wolverine. So maybe lean into the movie stuff like indie. So maybe like I don't know. There's so many you could pick from.
I could see them do something DC related, maybe. If
Maybe.
Sony's doing Marvel, I
Yeah,
could see
but
them
DC
maybe
is
like,
also
oh,
tied
we're
up with like
doing
Warner
Superman.
Brothers still.
Okay, well, Warner Brothers is a joke. I bet they
Yeah, I
could just
know.
work together with Warner Brothers and maybe use one of their studios.
Yeah. They partner up with
I
Warner
I could
Brothers.
see that.
Yeah.
They have Blade announced, so like Marvel's willing to go with both.
Yeah. Marvel
So
swings both ways.
yeah, I guess so. That's a way to
I
put
did
it.
forget
Yeah.
about Blade, so maybe my prediction isn't that noteworthy. I forgot about Blade's
I mean,
existence.
yeah, they've had Blade announced for a while. I mean, like they have indie, they can have multiple licensed games.
Yeah.
It's not crazy. I'm just curious what studio it would be. What do you think, Bob?
Yeah, I that's such a tough. Like
It
I
be
could
literally
see it,
anything.
but yeah, I that's just such a. I thought about going down that route, and it's like I couldn't even like formalize like where like or what,
Mhm.
and I was just like I can't make this prediction.
Yeah, because it seems like all the main Xbox studios are on something right now, so maybe it's not one of the
Yeah.
main Xbox ones.
Yeah.
Unless it's a CGI teaser and we're not seeing this game for another 4 to 5 years. Hello, Blade.
You know what? Maybe it's rare. Maybe it's rare.
I
Right now.
actually could see that Rare working on like a Willy Wonka game.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I don't know. I that's actually a good one. Rare, yeah. They probably
Or
they need something.
Cinemax
'Cause-
Online. I mean, they got to be making something else now that Blackbird got
well,
canceled.
no, they're probably just working on Elder Scrolls Online.
But I feel like a licensed IP like would be easier greenlit than a like what they did like the original IP,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
sucks. But
Dude, did you see that trailer? Like that got
yes,
leaked?
oh
That was
trust me,
awesome.
I'm so fucking mad.
How do you cancel that, man? It
Like
looks
if
sick.
I don't begrudge a single person that left that studio because I'd be so
Yeah.
mad too. Like what?
I don't even know, man. That's frustrating. Okay, so my next one, I am really excited. I think this is a fun one. um, if I could find it. Okay, there it is. New Minecraft spin-off announced. It's a digital card game, and it'll have like a physical card version as well.
That's fun.
Huh.
I like that idea.
I think the idea, it's this idea of like Minecraft spin-offs. I think the last one was Legends, which didn't really hit like the world on fire. I think it's about time for another one. Because Legends was like 2023, and you see
Yeah.
the rise of digital card games with stuff like Magic the Gathering. There's that One Piece card game that's doing really well. Minecraft is an IP that makes sense to put into that space, and so they're like, hey, what if you can buy these cards physically, and kind of like the Pokemon TCG, you could scan them and play them online with the Pokemon TCG player. It's gonna be something like that, or you could just like fully digital and like have like a digital trading card game that you play, kind of like Hearthstone.
I like that. I'm still waiting for my Minecraft RPG.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, there was Dungeons, but that game was
Yeah,
That was a
but we're
dungeon
so that's the one thing, Wolf, is that Dungeons 2 is heavily rumored at this point to be announced this year or like come back in some way. But at the same time, and this isn't really your prediction, but like it would be really interesting if they incorporated like more of a card-based mechanic to Dungeons and kind of change like the ARPG formula a little bit. I don't think they will.
Mhm.
But I don't hate that idea because I think you're right. I mean, card-based games in general have just been popping off lately,
Oh yeah,
and I think that would be an interesting trend to see them
and it's such
hit
a big
on.
IP. Like it makes sense for kids to get into that type of stuff. It would make so much money.
Yeah, dude, Minecraft Movie 2 where everyone gets a Jason Momoa fucking
Oh my god,
card,
dude! I didn't even
like
think about. They could easily tie it in with the movie. That's such a
yeah,
good point.
like they'd have a whole scene where they're just playing it. Like
Where can I buy these, Mr. Jason Momoa?
Yeah,
Well, you can buy
right,
them at your local Best Buy.
Dick and Jockey 6'7", like yeah.
Okay. Let's get to your next prediction before I blow my head off.
Wait, aren't you
I
next?
do like.
Or no,
Oh,
that
no.
what? No, I'm so
That was-
stupid. Yeah, you just said
Yeah,
yours.
that was my fourth year since your fifth.
Yeah. Okay. Again, I think this is maybe a little safe, a little, I don't know, but either way, and like I try to go a couple different ways with this, but and I have a related one that didn't make my list, but either way, hardware will be teased at the summer showcase. I don't think we get a project name. because we got Project Scorpio, but I don't believe we got a project name for X and S. I think Phil just straight up said it. And I think they've been very keen on saying like the next generation of Xbox. So whatever. Don't think there's going to be a project name. I do think we still get the like devs talking about it for 5 minutes, and we see like lines and stripes and like very vague exterior like motherboard shots, but I don't think we're actually going to see the majority of it. It's going to be a lot of devs talking about like the power and the next generation, same marketing bullshit.
70 teraflops.
Right. But I do not think they mention a first party handheld to incorporate that. I think it's just going to be whatever that which it's probably going to be some sort of PC thing. That's not the necessarily part of my prediction, just the no first party handheld mentioned.
Not one that's internally developed by them.
Correct. I could easily see another Asus or Lenovo getting like the big screen or the Xbox, whatever, experience they want to call it. But the tease is specifically going to be about the next generation hardware.
Yeah, I was thinking it was very possible for them to tease the hardware. It's just with how like aggressively Xbox seems to be devaluing their hardware. I just don't know if they're going to talk about it this year. I almost think they save it for next year and just kind of try to have one big blowout there that way. But I mean, this is around the time where they would start teasing it.
Yeah, but
it's just so it's like I don't even want to think about next gen.
It also feels like the word on next gen consoles, both Xbox and PlayStation, feels farther off. Like a lot of people, and granted, this is just words of people online saying both consoles are probably farther off now because of everything that's going on with tech and RAM and everything else. Is most likely these companies are probably pushing them farther away. Like this generation just got longer because of everything that's going on.
So yes, however, I think the reason why I think Xbox doesn't care and will still tease is because it's the 25th anniversary. So they're going to be like, thanks for 25 great years of Xbox. Now here's a look into the future. But then also, if they really are doing a more PC-centric next-gen update, it doesn't really that kind of changes things because you're making a platform change and that's going to affect current PC users. And that's it doesn't necessarily their rumored ideas for next gen doesn't necessarily rely solely on that hardware. It's just the hardware will be the official start date of that next generation, but I think it's going to affect everything, including, hardware we already own. So I think that's why they can kind of skirt around that, because I do think eventually, and again, this isn't part of the official prediction, but I think they're going to be like, your Xbox is going to be a PC, and guess what? If you already got one, then here's how it's going to affect you, and you're going to be a part of the next generation, blah, blah, blah. So, I don't think it's whereas I think obviously a Switch 2 is the Switch 2 and a PS6 is the PS6, and it makes sense that Sony is and I think they should push that back. I just feel like Xbox is going for something different, and where hardware is going right now doesn't necessarily affect them because of how they're trying to approach all of this, where everything's an Xbox.
Yeah. Very possible. They do like to talk about their tech pretty far in advance. I think I like that prediction, Bob. I think it's very possible. Man, not having the first party handheld, I feel like that's the thing that could really pop off in a big way. So I feel like it's weird not to talk about it at all. But also, it's like you said, the RAM stuff. Maybe they are like, I don't even know if we're gonna release the first party handheld at all. Maybe that is just internally shelved forever at this point.
Or just hey, we're already dealing with trying to put RAM in our console. Let the handheld people deal with doing a second thing to put RAM in, right? You don't need to be producing two things at once like they are right now. Even though I love the S, I don't have one, but it's still a great entry point for a lot of people, even if they do keep jacking up the prices. I just feel that's in the past, and them having to worry about two pieces of hardware. It's Asus, we like that partnership. Let's keep doing it with Lenovo or, whoever.
Moon, let's hear number 5 from you. Last prediction set in stone.
So this one's a little personal, and I think it comes from a personal place, but I don't know if it will come to pass, but I'll just throw it out there. I don't think we'll see a Game Pass increase, or at least, God, I hope not.
Don't rule it out.
Don't rule it out.
It's possible.
But I do think it will be restructured in some kind of way.
Oh boy.
Because I think the way they have it now feels too cluttered for the common, for the person. They're like, what's with all these different levels? And especially because, as I see every time a tweet goes out regarding like, here's what games are coming to the standard Game Pass level, here's the ultimate level, and everyone's confused on like what games are coming to what level. So I think they have to streamline that again somehow, and I think they're seeing that, so they're probably going to try to streamline to maybe 2 different levels again. And maybe it's because I'm not a Fortnite guy, but I don't know how many people are signing up because they want that Fortnite bonus in the ultimate level, or the Ubisoft Plus in the ultimate level. So maybe they're seeing that people don't care or use that, so maybe they'll get rid of it. I doubt that we'll see a price decrease. That would be too thoughtful of them. But maybe maybe it'll be a restructure, but still the same price. Like, I could get back with the price. Maybe. I don't know. Probably not.
Instead of a like 10, 20, 30, you think it's just going to be a 10, 30.
Maybe like a 15, 30 or something like that.
Yeah.
So
I could see that. You're right about everyone being very confused about what the tiers mean. I'm still very confused about it.
Yeah.
So maybe they do kind of restructure and say, hey, we're going to get rid of this tier completely. It's going to be the core, which is just like the set of games and also online, and the day one, because like that's the stuff that people really care about.
Yeah,
and then
day one.
The other tier is completely removed.
Yeah. So I could see a restructuring of some kind, and that's my prediction.
I think the other thing too is that even for me, someone who like has kind of wrapped my head around it, now the Game Pass announcements are confusing because I see a game, I'm like, wait a second, that's already on the service, and they're like, no, it's for this tier, and it's like, oh my god, guys, like, can we get a better way to talk about this? Like, maybe put, hey, in this tier, this is what's coming, in this tier, this is what's coming, but then it's like, oh, well, this tier is getting more than this tier. It's like, okay, figure it out, because this is too confusing.
Mm-hmm. Interesting, man. I could see it. I think it's one of those things where it's like the big thing is just how confusing it is. And if they can at least fix one thing about Game Pass right now, it's not going to be the price, but at least just make it easier to understand.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about my final prediction here. You guys gave yours. Now it's time for me. It's tough. I have a lot written down. But I'm going to go for a hopium. And it's kind of hopium. I don't really care that much about this game, but I am curious about it. A Blade is re-revealed at the Game Awards. There's no date. No date's going to be attached to it. But it's going to be a full gameplay trailer. It's going to be an immersive sim. They're going to kind of show like basically a level of how Blade is going to be and like what the gameplay loop's going to be like. It's going to be stealth focused very primarily, and they're going to show that. There will be like kind of like actual combat, like at the end of the trailer. It's like he's in a disco, kind of like the first Blade movie, but otherwise it's going to be mostly stealth, and it's going to be very bloody. But yeah, I think Arcade Leon, it's been a while. It was revealed at 2023. 3 years later, I think they're at least ready to show off what they got now. And I hope we see it, because I'm actually very intrigued by this game.
I forgot.
Yeah, that was one that almost I debated whether I want to put that down or not. And you know what? I'm too chicken, and you're more brave than I am.
I mean, listen, it's very possible it just not showed off at all.
Yeah.
And I forgot it existed.
God bless Blade. I really hope we get that game soon, because I want to run around as like a vampire and start killing other vampires. That sounds fun. But
yeah, especially in a year where like we're getting a lot of vampire games. Like,
yeah,
are they going to be last on the vampire train and ruin the reputation of the studio? And no, sorry, I'm just going to. But it would be so funny, because what was the wasn't there like a zombie apocalypse, or maybe it was like a samurai game where it's like it clearly came out like it got greenlit in the middle of like that wave of like The Walking Dead, and then it came out way too late, and everyone's like, yeah, we don't care about this anymore, and then it flopped. Like that, I know that is a game. That's something.
Dead Island?
I can't remember. But either
Yeah,
way,
Dead 2 did well.
it's very funny if like that happened again with Blade, where it's like, oh yeah, cool idea. It's just we're kind of over vampires already, so
Yeah, and
it's just not
also
really
it's like
hitting.
Marvel apparently cannot get a Blade movie to work, which is
Yeah,
insane to me. So maybe that's the thing. Is like, damn, we put a lot of like credence in an IP that the benefit, like the guys who make the movies and whatnot, cannot get to work. So maybe Blade is like, oh, too little, too late. People don't really care that much about Blade versus an Iron Man or a Captain America. I hope it comes out though. I really like Arcane Leon. I think they do cool stuff, and they're usually pretty. Like this is around like a 3 to 5 year dev cycle. That would make sense to me. It's like we get that re-reveal at the Game Awards, and it's like it's not going to be told, but like it's probably a 2028 game. Which God, don't even want to think about that year. But that's all our predictions. I have a lot of extras I want to just shout out real quick. If do you guys have any?
Oh yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Moon has to create ones.
It's like I have to come up with.
Hang on, let me think of an extra. Bob, what about you?
Yeah, so I kind of mentioned it. Halo misses the anniversary date for a second time in a row. This is a funny one because I had this and I'm like, oh, this is such a good prediction. And then I realized I can't use it. So I was going to say Microsoft goes big on Copilot and AI integrated in the Xbox this year. And then I looked it up and they already have a gaming Copilot that they've been adding into all of their like both on the console and the PC. And I'm like, when the fuck did this happen this year? Like it already has happened. And yeah, no one gave a shit. And I'm like, wow, that's actually incredible. Because I'm like, oh yeah, dude, they're talking so much about AI, they're gonna make this shit miserable, and it turns out they already kind of did, and no one really cared. And I don't think it's affecting it too much, but it's like because I was thinking, I'm like, dude, the next handheld partnership is just gonna like open up the Copilot, and people are gonna lose their damn minds.
Yep.
So anyway, that wasn't a real prediction. Another fun one.
I liked it though.
Yeah, another fun one. Going back to negative. I said a piece of Xbox hardware will see another price increase.
Yeah, I mean that's just like, that's a free space. I wouldn't have let you put that. It's like that's too easy.
Yeah, like to be more specific, I thought it would be maybe the S only, and not the X. I also thought like it could be controllers or like Design Lab would specifically get an increase. But yeah, I figured hardware was going to get another increase because they just can't seem to help themselves. Do you want me to just go through all of them?
Yeah, just run them through.
Okay. So I kind of alluded to this, but I think the biggest talking point of the new hardware is that Xbox has figured out backwards / console compatibility for PC, which if their new next-gen hardware is a PC, you're going to need to be able to play your old games, but that also means that like my PC can play old games, and that's like what happens in the future. Meaning like my PC is finally an Xbox. Like there is no separation between the Xbox PC app and the Xbox ecosystem on the console. It's just not ready yet. I do think that's where we're going. I just don't think they're going to talk about that or announce that at the showcase just yet. Maybe they do, but last one. So this is, I wanted to put this one, but then I read Jez's article and I'm like, this is kind of cheating because he's already talking about it. But I did think, before I even read that article, State of Decay 3 returns, slated for 2027, and people are going to be disappointed it didn't look like the initial CGI trailer.
You want to know what my State of Decay prediction was that I didn't use?
That's going to
There will be no State of Decay 3 trailer this year.
Yeah,
It's just not. I think that game is like in weird development hell. It does not exist right now.
Yep. The only other thing I could really think of was Xbox was going to announce they've gotten into bed with another Japanese developer in some way. Like,
oh yeah, like Platinum Games last year.
Like Platinum, like they've done with Atlas. Like, I don't know if it's like to the point of Atlas where everything is pretty much coming to Game Pass, but at least like they're like putting their backlog on the Game Pass or just something. Yeah. There's like some collaboration effort with another.
Like a Koei Tecmo maybe.
Yeah. So I think that seems pretty likely. They seem to be doing that at a pretty steady pace now.
Yeah, they usually do like one Japanese developer per year. Yeah, that's a good prediction. I could see that. I'll run through my predictions that I just had out. I had a lot. As I talked to with Jack, I just like predicting shit. So I have a lot of 2027s. I said Gears of War E-Day gets pushed to 2027. I
Yeah.
still very much believe that. I think out of all, a big Xbox game will always get delayed out of a year. I kind of noticed that. And I feel like Gears is the one. I think Fable hits. I think obviously Forza is going to hit. I think Gears is the one where it's like this misses.
Yeah.
Um,
Because I'm the same way. I'm just that with Halo.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
so by the end of the year, one of us will be right because I said Gears will be this year and Halo is next year, but you'll be the other way around. So one of us will be right.
Yep, we'll see. or we're both wrong and they're both this year. So, and then what's it called? This was the other Fallout prediction I had. Fallout 3 remastered revealed on Fallout Day, set for 2027. I'm like, no, that's too positive. Nothing positive happens for Fallout, so no, that's not happening. I do believe that's still very possible. Fallout 3 remastered does exist. I just wonder when they reveal it and if they do like another shadow drop situation. And then this was like a gimme, so I didn't use it. I said Forza 6 releases for PS5 later this year. Yeah, okay. Clockwork Revolution gets yet another big trailer at the summer showcase, and then it's dated for March 2027. I thought that was a pretty likely prediction. This one is a bigger one. OD, that Kojima game, revealed for 2027 at the Xbox showcase. Gets a big gameplay trailer showing its main gimmicks, including sending text messages. And they kind of tease other things that it can do with your like TV console and whatnot, but they don't actually like get into specifics until the game comes out. I had the idea of like maybe it just fucks with your TV settings, like it's just like mutes your TV or switches HDMI shit like that. But I'm like, I don't think they would reveal that before launch though.
No, that's got to be like an end game.
Yeah.
Could you imagine though, like if they figure out how to fuck with like a universal remote?
I really hope. Oh my god, dude, that'd be so awesome. And like they don't tell anyone about it, so like when everyone's playing it, it's like, oh my god, what the hell?
Yeah.
Age of Empires 4 is revealed for a 2027 date. I didn't put that because it's like, what are we gonna say?
That's boring too. Like none of us care about Age of Empires.
Yeah. This is a spicy one. For Loop, if you remember, that's that PlayStation game with J.J. Abrams in that studio. That was revealed last month. And Marvel Tokon are both announced for Xbox. I think PlayStation wants the live service and like multiplayer games to do more. And I think they're like, we might as well throw it on Xbox if we're going to put them on everything else.
No, because I mean, if that was true, they would have put Street Fighter 6 on Xbox by now.
It is on Xbox.
Is it?
Yeah, wait, what?
What? Oh, I was thinking Street Fighter 5.
Street Fighter 6?
I was thinking Street Fighter 5.
Oh.
Never mind.
Yeah, but that's like old Sony. This is like new Sony now. And
never
like,
mind.
and they're, this is like,
I don't know. I was thinking Street Fighter 5. Never mind.
I like Street Fighter 6. They don't even own Capcom yet. I also, I don't know. We saw how well Helldivers 2 did, though. That's kind of my big thing. Is like Helldivers 2 did so good on Xbox. I bet Sony's like, like this is a smaller consumer base, but like they're still buying these products, so we might as well throw them on there. And Marathon's coming to Xbox as well.
Yeah.
So I thought that was possible. I put the State of Decay trailer. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 officially announced. It does substantially better than Black Ops 7, but is still internally considered a disappointment. We will learn through some means that next year will be a break year for COD. That's a lot of hopium, so I didn't put it, but I'm like, man, I hope there's a break year for COD in some way, because, God, this franchise is so ass now. This is another kind of hopium one. A new Crash racing game revealed at the Game Awards, developed by Beanox. We got that teaser of like kind of that Crash Bandicoot in a new like kind of kart type thing on Beanox's website. So I'm like, oh, maybe it's possible, but it feels like it's still like maybe another year until we get a full reveal.
Yeah, whatever happened to that
StarCraft
tease that Crash had? It was like, I don't chase trends. He said something on a Twitter account.
What?
Yeah, I don't remember that.
He changed
something like that. I think
he was like he changes the Crash Twitter account changed their bio to say, I don't chase trends, I do something. I forget.
I make them or something?
Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I don't know. Either way, I think this is the year for Spyro, not Crash. So I think they wait till next year for that.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then StarCraft 3 announced at BlizzCon, and then I literally put, looks cool, I guess. I don't know, man. I don't know anything about StarCraft, so I assume it looks good.
Well, they keep saying that Shooter is going to come out.
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe it's my anti-Jez agenda, but I'm like, I don't think they would do the shooter before StarCraft 3. But hey, maybe that's just how I think.
It's still here on their profile. It's I don't chase trends, I crash them. And so
well, that's just
Christ.
silly.
And
I don't think that's like a new game.
It's like the worst Tinder profile bio I've ever heard.
That's like Goat, man. He's always saying some
so
shit.
everyone thought that them changing the profile meant they're teasing something. Which,
that's funny.
Yeah.
Grant, this was months ago, and they clearly still haven't done anything.
Yeah.
And then this is like super ultra negative here. So I didn't put it because I'm like, this sucks. I don't want it to be true. Guitar Hero game announced. It's a mobile game overloaded with microtransactions.
Hell yeah.
That's so funny.
I thought that was very possible, but I'm like, I don't want to put that because I don't like
Yeah, I don't want
it.
that either.
No, I don't think they will. 'Cause music licensing has just become a nightmare these days. I don't think anyone wants to do any music games these days.
Yeah, good point.
And then the last one was kind of similar to the last of my PlayStation predictions. Fusion will have an Xbox published game in its top 5.
There we go.
Yeah.
I debated it.
Fable.
I debated. I was like, do I want to match Wolf with that? With one of them, I'm like, nah.
Yeah. I thought it was like cute, but I'm like, I don't want to use that.
Fable's gonna be up there. We know it.
Yeah, I mean, very possible. Fusion doesn't really like games that are fun though, so that's the big problem.
I am worried that like, and I don't want to speak for Fusion, but it's like I feel like, well, I don't know, because he liked South of Midnight. I don't know. I just hope he likes it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all our predictions. Let's talk real quick about what we've been playing and then head out for the day. I'll start real fast. I've been playing, I got back into Balatro.
Yep, we talked about it, yeah.
This is a very dangerous game. Because it's one of those things where I'm like, all right, like started up again, I'm having fun. And then it's like 5 runs later, I'm like, oh my God, it's been like 6 hours. Like, maybe not 6 hours exactly, but like a long amount of time where I'm just playing Balatro. I really underrated it on my like 2024 Soggies list. That goes way higher in retrospect. I would put it probably above like Stellar Blade even. It would be below Helldivers 2 and Astrobot still, but I'm like, damn, Balatro kind of does have a perfect gameplay loop, and I really do love that game a lot. I think it's not like the most insane roguelike. It's not like my favorite roguelike, but like it kind of just has this addicting mentality that's like, damn, I just like playing this. Like more than most games, I just like being like in this loop and just throwing stuff out there. And like it's such an easy game to load up. Let me try a couple runs and head out for the day, So yeah, I've been playing that. I also played Neo. Soul Slop, not much to say. It's just very much it's a Soul Slop game that I enjoy, but it's also, God, is it freaking annoying. It is a very difficult game. It's way harder than a lot of other Souls-like games, but otherwise I'm enjoying it for what it is. Bob, I want to start with you. You guys got a lot of stuff here. We don't need to be here all
Winter
days.
break roundup, all right? Winter break roundup.
Yeah, winter break roundup. Yeah, a month after winter break, but yeah, sure, go ahead.
Because I did want to look. Balatro, was my number 4, and really that includes college football 25. So you can make an argument it was number 3. So yeah, I think we need a re-rank of the 2024 Soggies. Maybe that should be our.
That'll be a slow news week special.
Yeah, just like, hey, let's re-rank our 2024. Yeah, I think Bob's just gonna remove Astrobot from his top 10. I already know it.
Yep. Burning the controller. I did. Well, we don't have time for this. So, okay, roundup. Chrono Trigger. I got. So, people talk about how great emulation is. People don't talk enough about the mistakes you can make with emulation. Sometimes, if you accidentally, because you can obviously use the saves built into the game in the emulator, but you can also do like save states and load states that you can save and load whenever you want. You should really be careful about putting that to hotkeys, because sometimes you can load something that loads you all the way back to the beginning of the game and then save it, and then you have to restart the entire fucking game after putting in about 5 hours worth of progress. So those hotkeys are no longer bound to my handheld, because holy shit, I was so mad. But then also I realized okay, I can actually get back to this pretty quickly because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, and so it took a lot less longer than I thought. That being said, Chrono Trigger, just a classic. you know, RPG. It's talked about well for a reason. I am still very early, but I do think I'm very excited to keep playing it. I'm playing it on the DS version, and I'm having a
Oh,
very good
okay,
time with
yeah.
that.
So with the cutscenes and whatnot.
Yes, very good.
Yeah, that's the one I tried.
Especially because it's like I have a like the AYN Thor, which is the DS kind of
Beautiful.
double emulation. It's so sick. So
We never improved like handheld since, in my
no,
opinion.
no, we
It's just,
haven't.
man, dual screens.
We peaked there. I genuinely, man, I that is such a good handheld. Anyway, don't have time for that. Next game, Deadlock. I talked
Real quick
about it. Yeah, go ahead.
on Chrono Trigger. I'll ask you this: do you think we get a like remake of that game?
It'd be cool. I don't know.
At the very least, a re-release. It's weird that it's not
I
re-released.
almost wonder if, like, with Akira Toriyama passing away, if that's something that can be
Yeah.
approached, or
From-
or if they
from-
even want to.
From my understanding, the biggest block from Chrono Trigger being re-released or anything being done to it is the music. The person who did the music, like he's like the biggest
Gotcha.
roadblock.
Oh, really? Huh.
Okay.
I missed that.
Because yeah, that's the problem. Is that it was a great game because all of the industry greats came together on it. But now trying to remake it and getting all of that approval, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
actually, this might be kind of hard, especially when one of them is no longer with us. So,
Rest in peace, Goat.
yeah, and I don't know. We'll see how I feel when I finish the game. But I know there's like Chrono Cross and like other random things related to Chrono Trigger. It's like I have no idea if any of those are good, but I'd be interested to see what they're about.
Mhm.
Anyway, moving on. Deadlock. Talked about it during the Soggies. They actually did release a huge update yesterday as
Yeah,
of
I saw
recording.
this.
Like it looks like a legitimate video game now. They have a lot of assets. It's finally like starting to come together. Still in closed invite only beta. But I was having fun with it. I'm still playing mouse and keyboard because it's like I kind of already learned, like I'm still a little slippy with it, but I've kind of learned a little bit of the muscle memory. So I haven't been playing it on controller, but at the end of the day, it's like I like it. I like the FPS involvement of it. I still don't think I'm a MOBA person, so it's really hard
Mhm.
mid game, late game to like know what's going on and stay on top of it and feel like I'm making an impact. And also, everyone just fucking destroys me. Like I barely get any kills, and so it's like okay, but I still have a good time with it, and it's what my friends play, so that's really what it is. Uh, Super
That's
Wooden Rally Edge is my first 2026 game. Go figure. It's a isometric racing game. Super small game. I mean, it's just fun, but like I don't expect anyone to play that or to make my
I respect
Sonic
it.
list. It's just something to pass the time. Sectori, I got to too late because I really do think this would have made my Soggies list last year. It is essentially a spiritual successor to Geometry Wars, and oh my god, does everything about this game fuck. I mean, the music is
hell yeah.
incredible, the visuals are incredible, the gameplay is incredible, the progression systems and the bosses and the enemies and the map design. There is not a single damn thing I can say negative about this game. I mean, I wouldn't have made like game of the year or anything, but like it is such a solid game, and if you like those games, oh, this is the easiest recommendation of my life because it's one of those games where it's like, no, I'm doing another run. Fuck that. Like I'm doing another run. That was bullshit. I'm doing another run. And they have ways to kind of change up the progression so that you're not just running your head against the wall. But yeah, it is a thing of like there's a flow state to that game that is I love games that can get me in a flow state, and that is definitely one of them. Finally, Rhythm Doctor. I know Grub finally talked about it, which I was happy about because I know one of those sickos need to play it. I think people compare it to Rhythm Heaven. I've never played Rhythm Heaven. To me, it kind of just felt like if WarioWare fleshed out a rhythm game to an entire game, because the premise of it is like you have to hit it on the seventh beat and there's music playing, but then they like change it to all of these different rhythm styles and patterns, and like it is a hard game. Genuinely, like I don't want to toot my own horn. I am a drummer. I can keep tempo. I can keep rhythm. This game broke my brain by the end because there is a lot that you have to lock in on. But it also does a really fucking cool thing because it's only on PC. And like I'm just gonna spoil it because you guys aren't gonna play it. But
hey, whoa, I love Rhythm Heaven.
yeah, but are you gonna play it on a PC? Because I don't think it can come to console. What they're doing is way
But
too cool for
Valve
coming to
and
console.
the Steam Valve deck box. I forget.
Okay.
I want
Valve
that.
deck box.
Yeah.
This can run on my laptop. I would be interested in playing this.
Okay, seriously, dude, play it. It is so like worth it because it you could run this thing on a microwave, and it's only like $10 or $7. It is not expensive. So then I won't spoil it. But
$20,
like,
Bob.
oh fuck, is it really okay?
It must have been a sale. That's fine. I'm fine with $20.
Dude, it is so good, and it is genuinely the best rhythm game I've ever played. Not in like a hi-fi rush kind of way, but like a pure rhythm game. It is really, really fun. It's hard, but I had a smile on my face the whole time. And some of the boss fights, they do something that even on a laptop, it literally. It is split fiction level. Oh my god, I've never seen a developer do this. This is the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen. And I do not mean that lightly, because this would have beaten Split Fiction's moment last year had I played it. I shit you not. It is so fucking good. So I played a lot of good shit and two games that I really wish I would have played in 2025, but that's okay.
Yeah, the two games being Superwood and Rally Edge and Rhythm Doctorate.
And Deadlock.
Bob, I like how you have your like. We all have our like. I'll play anything in this genre. Like for me, it's like Souls likes the 3D platformers. For you, it's racing games. For Bench, it's like teen JRPG crap. Like we all got that one space where it's like I'm in no matter what.
Yep.
What's that for you, Moon? I'm curious.
I guess
like, what are you playing? Just like, yeah, all right, close enough. Like, let's go.
Action RPGs, I guess. You'd like.
I respect it.
Yeah, action. Basically, like anything, hack and slash, like to some degree. Any kind of like anywhere in that medium, where I could just beat stuff up.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I respect it. Yeah. Moon, you got a big demo roundup, not a game roundup. You're playing half games. So yeah,
because I gotta do other things other than Trails, because I've just been playing Trails. That's taken me way too long.
Yeah.
But yeah, Don't Stop Girly Pop. I found out about this because of a YouTube short. This guy was just talking about games that are coming out in January, and I learned about this game, and I'm like, okay, let me go check that out. So it's a boomer shooter that's like early 2000s girly pop aesthetic, where and the whole gimmick of the game is literally don't stop moving, and because the faster you go, the more you're moving around, your damage and your output is increased by it has like a multiplier, so it keeps your multiplier up as long as you keep moving, and then you have to keep switching between different guns, and all the guns are very unique. Like you have one that's kind of like a what's that? Oh, what's the game I'm thinking of? It's like Portal, where you can like grab stuff with like a gravity gun and then shoot it at people.
Half-Life.
Yeah, Half-Life, that's it. So you have that kind of gun. You have one that's kind of like a Splatoon gun, where you shoot out all the bubbles and then you can blow them up. So I had those two kinds of weapons, and then I had another one where you kind of like shoot out a disco ball, but the disco ball itself doesn't do any damage, but you have to shoot it again with like your right click, and then it shoots bullets all in like every direction. So it's like those were the three guns of the demo. So they're all very interesting, and they all play very differently. And then you had like another thing where it was like a time trial with like a Tomogachi pet basically, and you had to meet their things, and once you fulfill his like goals, he unleashes like a super attack on the area. So it's all this crazy like early 2000s bullshit with a early 2000s girly pop aesthetic soundtrack, which is hilarious. But it's a super indie game. It's not a looker at all. It's very rough around the edges. But it's neat, and I'm curious to see how it reviews and what its costs. It comes out like next week. But I want to keep my eye out on it. And then let's see what else. I played Escape from Ever After. It actually just came out today on Steam and platforms. Very, very Paper Mario, because it's it's turn based.
It looks awesome.
It deals in literally points of 1 damage, 2 damage. But
that's my favorite thing.
and you got to like time everything to block damage and do extra damage. The combat was interesting. The only thing I don't like is how little, maybe it's just because of my RPG brain works, but basically your mana, or what they call the MP, when it's a mocha point, it's coffee basically. It doesn't refill or anything like that. Which the only way you can do it is with items or by leveling up, and it takes a while to level up. So you are very limited on your usage to use special attacks. So most of the game, I'm just using my regular attack to get through the game because I don't want to waste all my mana, basically. I'm only using it for very certain enemies. So I wasn't a real big fan of that because I want, in these kind of games, I want to use my special abilities because they're cool. But the enemies
I get it, yeah.
But the enemies were cool. They were unique. The story was interesting. I don't want to spoil anything, but it went in a direction I wasn't expecting from just the demo. So I'm curious about the story. It's getting decent reviews. It only has like 3 reviews on OpenCritic, so I doubt it's going to actually get an actual score there. And the Steam reviews have been pretty decent. The only negative review on Steam right now just says, I hate the sound effect of the text bubble. And that's why he gave it a negative review.
Hey, man, the negative is a negative, I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, the puzzles have been interesting so far because they require you to like swap out your party members because they do all different abilities. I'm guessing Paper Mario does the same thing.
Wait, say that again?
They like each of your team members does like different things in the overworld, basically. Like
oh yeah, that's Paper Mario thing.
Yeah, so they do the same thing here. Like your dragon friend breathes fire, so she can light stuff up. Your wolf friend plays the guitars, and he could do like different things. Kind of like Ocarina of Time. You actually had to hit the notes to do stuff.
I don't know.
Or not Ocarina of Time. Wind Waker. Sorry.
Yeah, well, I mean Ocarina of Time too. Yeah. It sounds cool. I definitely want to check that out. I love Paper Mario, so if it's anything like that, I'm down.
Yeah, it's $20. It's on sale. It just launched, so I might try to pick that up. I'm curious how long it is.
Nice.
But
yeah, you have to imagine it's not too crazy if it's like Paper Mario, like because those games are usually short.
Yeah. And then what was the other one? Tides of Tomorrow. I was curious about it. It's from the Road 96 people, so it's all about. It's an adventure game based on choice. I wasn't too thrilled with it. I didn't spend too long on it. Basically, the whole premise of the game is it's based on other people who have played the game and their decisions, and then you kind of have to build your decisions on theirs. So you're pulled out of the ocean, and then their decisions affect your decisions, and I don't know. I just wasn't getting into it. Like, yeah. I don't know. It's hard to describe because like because you have to choose like a ghost, basically, like ghost data from a video game. They made a decision like, did they steal this? Did they make this choice? And then all the NPCs are like, well, your friend, and like you'll say the username of the person made this choice. What are you gonna do about it? It's like, this person stole from me. Are you like him? And I'm just like, okay, whatever. Can I just have my own adventure? Why am I constantly being compared to this other guy?
But yeah, it's just something you're gonna probably skip then.
Yeah, most likely. Unless it gets rave reviews and I watch like someone else play it and like, oh, this is how you're supposed to play this game, but there was like no combat or anything. I was just kind of stealthing around for the most part, and I don't know. I was kind of hoping more closely to like a, Life is Strange kind of adventure game where I was just being told a story and I make decisions instead of just this stealth game, I guess.
Then you have Crystal and Sticks.
Yeah, Crystal Theater of Idols is another attempt to do another BioShock, except this one's all blood related and it kind of leans into horror a bit. I didn't get too far into it because the game crashed on me. But it actually just got its release date today of February 12th, so that's going to be interesting to see how that reviews. But it's interesting because it's all about balancing your ammo with your health because there's no bullets, so what you do is you drain your health to refill your gun. It's because you're literally draining your own blood. And then you...
Oh, yeah, that's cute.
So you suck the blood out of like just dead animals on the road or of enemies. But what I couldn't understand was you also have a knife outside of your gun to do like melee attacks, but you're able to do a counter attack, and I just could not get that counter to work for whatever reason. I don't know if I'm just skill issue or not, but I could not get that to work, and the regular melee attack did not seem to do much damage. So I'll have to give that another try or see, or maybe it's just a broken game and it comes out and just scores terribly and I could just forget about it. Speaking of broken games, Sticks. I don't know if you know about this franchise. I don't know if you know about this
No,
franchise.
I know Styx. This is what Gollum is based off of.
Yeah, it's
Oh hell yeah!
it's I just thought this is the third game in the franchise, and it came out of a demo. I'm like, okay, well, let's see what's actually about this, because if you look at the open critic of the past two games, they're like in the 60s. I'm like, okay, let's see what's going on here. Yeah, it's terrible. It ran It ran terribly. It was acted terribly. It was, granted, the graphics, or at least the CGI cutscenes, were pretty nice. That's all I'll say positively. I didn't even.
I love how that's a franchise.
Yeah, how did this get a franchise?
Why is that? It's so funny.
I don't know how they funded 3 games out of this, but yeah, I didn't even get to really the first part of the game. I'm just like, you know what, this, I don't want to deal anymore with this, and I uninstalled it.
Yep, respect that. Yeah, that's everything y'all are playing. Man, it's one of those things with you two, especially. Whenever I come to the podcast, I'm like, bro, I don't play shit. I don't play anything like you guys are playing all these weird, cool indie games. And dude, especially when I talk to Colin, he's always playing weird, cool indie games. And I'm like, I'm playing Neo. Like, okay, dude, who invited this guy?
I mean, well, if it makes you feel any better, once I beat Chrono Trigger, I'm finally playing Baldur's Gate 3. So, like, trust me, the AAAs are coming.
I mean, if
the
it makes
AAA, the year of the AAA.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, all of these games right here probably took me maybe 2 hours. Like, Escape from Ever After was the longest one. Everything else was like half-hour tops. So everything else that I've been doing for the last 2 weeks has been Trails.
Yeah, and a lot of my games have been on the shorter or just like pick up and put down side. So outside of Chrono Trigger.
Of course, yeah. Well, boys, we had a pretty lengthy episode, but it's our Xbox predictions, and of course, Bob's back. So
okay, we had a showcase to go over too. All right, let's not like.
Anyways, thank you all for watching and listening. We hope you had a good time. If you guys want to find us, we're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever your favorite podcasts are at. We're on them. Like the podcast, helps us out a ton, and follow us on Twitter, Blue Sky to Slice of Gaming. With that, we're heading out. Say goodnight, everybody.
See ya.
Leave your predictions in the comments so we can roast you.
In next year's
engagement
episode. We'll just pull up your comment from a year ago. It's like, this person said.
Yep. Yeah, we're gonna fucking hate this guy.
Bye.